I'm here. What up, Seb? Get money more. Yo, Seb,
What up,
you
y'all?
could talk, bro. You could talk.
What's up, y'all? Oh man. Hopefully it looks better this time. Hopefully.
I think it looks better, but still doesn't look better. We were supposed to... All right, introduce, man. Go off, bro.
You said you were gonna run this.
This is your thing.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to day 2 for the Davey's Dark tournament. We're gonna continue where we left off last go around. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all wanna, get on stream and speak to us, please join the Discord and jump into the Den of Nakama voice channel so that we can drop you guys in. We'd love to hear from you guys. We have a couple debates that are really heated that are probably going to come up really shortly. I know Nerd Taku and Aaron Tate, the callers we always get on stream, they're looking to debate today on the Battle Dome. So should be real fun. If you guys want to join the Discord and join into the conversation and champion for your fighters, we're starting the stream now. We're going to start doing that very shortly. But before we get started, please, everybody in here, drop a like. Please like the stream. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully I'm not too loud. Larry out here adjusting his mics and whatnot.
Yeah, I think everything is good. I just want to say what's up to everybody as well. I'm so happy to see all of you in here. Like Sebastian said, if you want to have any input on who you think is going to win character-wise, you can just jump into our Discord, enter into the entrance to the den, which is the voice channel before we slide you into the Den of Nakama. Okay, so there's the entrance to the den where you wait, and then the Den of Nakama is where I will slide you in and you'll be able to speak. We're gonna bring 2 people at a time, maybe 3, just so we could keep this show pretty entertaining. Other than that, if there's any volume adjustments I need to make personally, I will do so. Also, if you're wondering why the overlay isn't here yet, I am having it made, but it couldn't be here in time. I have something really special to show you guys, and I can't wait for Sebastian to see it as well. But there's going to be a lot of great things going to happen for these future episodes, so please stick around. And if you haven't dropped a like already, please do. To further go on, I'm going to bring in people as they come in, and I'm basically going to have it memorized as to who came in and when they came in, and then I'm going to just go in order of that. That way I can hit everybody and I won't forget anybody. Please.
2 seconds.
Yeah, do your thing. If you probably don't unmute yourself after like 10 seconds, I'm probably just going to slide you back down and get somebody else in here. Just to keep it like, flowing. Sorry, I had tacos and I made some. Hold on, Par just texted me. It's usually something important when Par texts me. He's probably gonna be like, yo, you look mad cute.
He hit me too. I think he's just trying to. Damn, Coolio died.
Yeah. Who?
Damn. Coolio, the rapper.
Coolio?
Yeah.
No way. That's so crazy.
59. Yeah.
Shout out to Coolio, bro. What song did he sing?
There's a couple, man. He had that Keenan and Kel opening that was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it all that? It was one of the 2.
No.
Kaizaku
Zoro, thank you so much. Just to shout out everybody that's in the chat right now. So we have Amethal, Jaheim, Jaden, Red Hair Shankum. We have Nick, Anthony, Aaron Tate, Mosshead, Fig, Sinowance, Firearms, I Hate Mo, Big Bro Yanko, Void, Get Money Mar, the Shaynar. We have Parvision, Ash, Scooter, Traverse, Greg. Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? Thank you, Kaizaku Zoro, for becoming a member. Don't worry about it. I'm late but trying. Love y'all. Listen, bro. Just you. Boss, yeah, just you being here is just enough for us. So
Mosh, Kizaru gonna be in this stream. He gonna be battling. So
Oh,
we probably gonna bring you in for that one.
Yeah, we got Mosh in here too. What's up, Mosh? All right. So, we got Cameron too. All right. So, Sebastian, take it over, bro. Just tell me what to do and we're out.
All right. We're gonna get started with our first matchup here. I don't know if you guys can see the bracket or not, but essentially we have top seed Mihawk, number 6 seed, versus our 27th seed Marco. There will be no stipulations for this battle. It'll be in the merits of the strength that we've seen them display on panel in the manga. So let me know what you guys think. Larry, who do we want to bring in to the stream for this one?
I know that Jaden was here first, and then Traverse was here second. It was between him and Iron Hockey. I forgot which ones it was. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in Jaden and Traverse, and then we'll just leave it at that, and then we'll bring 2 more people in. All right.
Okay.
All right. Gonna do that now. So, Jaden and Traverse. Hey, what's up, guys? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Let me mute stream.
Nah, no problem, man. And then we got Traverse. Traverse, you here, bro?
I was just making popcorn.
You ain't give any for us?
Get your popcorn ready, y'all.
You want another minute?
No, I got it.
Hey, and we got the camera. Let's go!
Let's go! Oh, man.
Damn, I get to see you when you wall out now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, he had the struggle joint going last time I seen him, man.
I ain't got a camera on my PC.
It's all right, man.
The One Piece merch, yo.
I know you're handsome though, bro. I just know it.
Well, I'm like 220 jacked. Like every time you talk about going to the gym, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my boy right there.
All right. So
this
Seb,
is Marco versus Mihawk.
go ahead, Seb.
Yeah,
Like no stipulations at all.
no stipulations, dog. Just straight hands / straight swords. You know, speak your piece.
All right,
You feel me?
that's a straight wash.
Yeah, I'm with him on this.
It's I'd say Marco just to piss off Larry, but I gotta go Mihawk.
I'm fine with any Marco picks just to troll Larry. There's an argument to be made.
There isn't. There is no argument. There's
I
no
don't see how you
argument.
could make an argument here.
If you look at Marineford, right?
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made. Like Mihawk was out here tussling with Marco's like subordinates and
Nah,
stuff
I see the vision.
You know what I mean? He was getting stuff blocked by like Crocodile and whatnot. There's stuff there, bro. He didn't even clip Das Bones when he hit him. Another Marco subordinate tossed his attack in the air. He was making it clear that he wasn't on Whitebeard's level, and Whitebeard was sick. You know, Marco can regenerate. He's fast. You know,
my biggest problem is like the current bounty. Like he's shown that we haven't seen him on panel or on screen enough to like really give him any post time skip feats with hockey or anything, but we can tell just based off of his massive bounty, I mean higher than one of the Yonko, that he is a massive threat to the world government, and we've seen Marco get his ass whooped. Like,
I mean, Crocodile got a higher bounty than Marco right now.
listen. Y'all can talk all that shit y'all want. Mihawk don't be tussling with admirals. He don't be tussling with Yonko. When he fought last time, he fought a Yonko. He wasn't a Yonko. That's all I'm saying.
True.
I'm saying.
valid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm on the Shanks over Mihawk hype, but I still gotta, you can't disrespect him too much now.
Yeah,
Shanks
I
be
gotta give
recruiting
Mihawk his
Marco when he
flowers.
see him.
Marco a punk. Like,
A punk. Oh my
Marco.
god. Oh, punk. Listen,
Yeah.
I got Mihawk mid diff. If I'm being real about it.
Mid.
But
I got
But
low
yeah,
Mid.
I'm gonna go mid diff. Marco's still fast and he can still regenerate. From
Why are we
stuff,
still
you know what I'm
talking about
saying?
this, bro? Why are we still talking about it, bro? Like,
go ahead.
You brought me in on Cracker last time, like it was even a question.
That's
Like,
all
you can make
matters.
an argument for Cracker.
And then y'all got Blackbeard
Versus Kaido?
I can make an argument for that.
Wait, you had Sanji over Blackbeard?
I do personally, like extreme, but
No, that's
Listen,
kind of crazy.
Wow.
that
Wow.
was last week. That was last week. We'll move on. We'll move on.
listen.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to like go to the gym, so I didn't get y'all on the whole stream last time, so I had to leave. But I was definitely mad listening back.
You see, Par knows what's up. He said Marco can't heal from death.
He's a phoenix. That's the whole point of a phoenix, is that you can heal from death.
Damn, yo, he couldn't heal after a week.
Y'all don't know Phoenix lore. That's the problem. Y'all don't actually know it. You feel
I've
me?
watched
Y'all just
Harry
see-
Potter. I know what's up.
Let's go!
Yo,
Let's go! My bad. Judge just hit a 61st home run. You know
I
what
don't
I'm saying?
care, bro. Don't do
I
that.
do. Shut up. All right.
There's a
That's more
hurricane
interesting
going on in the
matchup.
background.
More interesting in this matchup. So
Listen, bro. Marco couldn't even beat King, bro.
That's on God.
Well, no, let's not get that far.
How many times we gotta pull up that panel of him being slumped, bro? How many? How many
can get
before
him
y'all
jumped,
be
bro.
like, yo, he was slumped out of the fight?
You gotta take the circumstances, you know.
Nah, no
You not looked at
circumstances.
the whole
No
picture.
circumstances. He couldn't beat King. Who was more tired, Zoro or Marco?
I mean, that's like
Zoro
saying
got
like if you got
energy.
Who
shot
was more
and you
damaged?
lose like a 10-year-old.
Who was more
You know,
damaged?
there's
Hold on.
circumstances
Zoro-
at play here.
Zoro got healed. What are you talking about? He literally only was able to compete because he got healed. It wasn't like he was like, "Oh, I'm hurt," and then I went and fought a dude. He was like, "Yo, heal me so I can fight."
That's crazy, yo. Somebody has an
Crazy,
actual
bro.
regeneration fruit.
My biggest thing is I don't know if Marco's shown that he can deflect like Mihawk's attacks if Mihawk's going full blast. Because at the war he was somewhat trying and was still like taking out entire glaciers.
I mean, I seen Marco like block a burrow breath though. You know,
Casually.
he's blocked attacks from Big Mom. He got the facilities. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, according to Larry, he took less damage from that Boro breath from Kaido than Green Bull took from Momonosuke. But Marco don't get no credit. You get what I'm saying?
He
don't
doesn't
get no
deserve
credit
any
for nothing.
credit. He doesn't deserve
I'm
any
just
credit.
saying.
The dude is a
I'm just
bum.
saying, bro.
He's a bum. And nobody wants to admit it.
He's not a bum.
Okay, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong. All the hate, I don't think it's deserved. But if you're comparing him to Mihawk,
He can't be Mihawk.
can't. It's not.
He can't be
I,
Mihawk.
I wouldn't even say mid diff. Mid diff if you know Mihawk woke up having a bad day, but like it's low diff.
Yeah, it's probably a low dip.
I'm gonna go mid diff, man. I'm gonna give Marco some flowers here, yo. Mid diff,
It's
Alright.
it's no diff.
Yeah, you can give him flowers at his grave, but
Mm.
It's no diff.
man. Listen, man, he couldn't get past me, Vista. That's all I'm saying.
Who did Marco get past?
Listen, he fighting stronger games.
I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that question. I said, who did Marco get past?
I'm still alive.
No, one at a time. Who did Marco get past?
He beat up.
motherfucking,
What was his name? What was that dude's name? He's like not canon. Chameleon. He
Oh,
beat Chameleon.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, we talking about
He beat
non.
Chameleon.
We're talking about non-canon characters who aren't even in movies, huh?
Listen, bro.
We gotta
Chameleon
reach
was
that
cool, bro.
far, huh? We gotta reach that far.
Listen, who? Hold on, yo. Y'all
I
talking
mean, I
all
seen
this
him box with
shit. Who
Admiral.
has Mihawk beat?
Hold on, one at a
Y'all talking
time.
All this shit. Who is Mihawk beat?
One at a
Please
time.
regale me.
One at a
Regale
time.
me on Mihawk's resume.
I said one at a time. Traverse, go.
and nobody else was talking.
Nah, I'm with Seb here. Who has Mihawk beat? He
Who?
beat pre-time skip Zoro. I can do that.
So we're just gonna ignore the fact that Zoro dictates where Mihawk is supposed to be, huh? Like
Zoro ain't him either.
even if we have no current feats from Mihawk that are super impressive, at the general thought process, we have to say, yo, whatever Zoro can do, Mihawk can do better.
Larry, we didn't ask you all that. I asked you a simple question.
No,
Who did Mihawk beat?
you were
And
trying to
you can't
dump
name
him.
that person. You can't name that
I
person.
can't.
The same way we couldn't name somebody Marco beat. You can't name nobody that Mihawk beat that was relevant or that strong. So don't be using that weak ass argument this way, talking about portrayal, Mr. Anti-portrayal.
Mhm.
I want to hear that from you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Go, Jaden.
Well, I'm saying like although we don't have anybody he's beaten, we have feats. Like hockey
Like what?
feats, the cutting the wave. He cut the wave at the I'm forgetting the war.
Summit
right?
War.
And then yeah, at the war, and then on top of that, we have that he clashed with Shanks when he had a $1 billion bounty, right? 1 billion berry bounty. So, like, we have semi feats. All we have for Marco is, he healed, he took the borrow breath, and he kicked a ship.
I mean, I've seen Marco fight 1 billion berries at the same time. You feel me?
Indeed.
And he had the upper hand. I've
Yeah,
seen and swinging at a wave that ain't fighting back. That's not a feat. Y'all can call
All
it.
right. You made me join this call for this nonsense, bro. You say we have no Mihawk feats? We literally just got a Mihawk feat. How are you
what
gonna
you
miss
talking about?
1059? We got Seraphim Mihawk, bro. That's supposed to be an indicator of Mihawk. That Mihawk
No,
scared Blackbeard and Slicing Island casually. That's
Wow.
that's an indicator of Mihawk, bro.
As
Islands
far as
don't
I'm
fight
concerned,
Off-
Seraphim Mihawk stronger.
You say it.
No.
Oh, all right. Good luck.
back. Listen, Diverse is trolling. I'm also trolling. I'm just saying. I 100% believe Mihawk beats Marco. I'm just saying, arguments that y'all using, y'all talking portrayal, and I've heard a whole lot of hating on the portrayal word before. That's all I'm saying.
So the difference is
A lot of
between
switch up.
so the
A lot of
difference
switch
is
up.
because you can't understand with your mind that you have is that who can we compare Marco to at this point in the story that dictates his strength? Nobody. But who do we have for Mihawk? It would be Zoro. So the fact that you don't realize that is literally something that we can actually benefit from, and it's not actual portrayal. It's dictation. This is where this character is going to be because this character's goal is that person. Regardless if Mihawk is under a Yonko or above an Admiral, as long as Zoro is at a level where he's fighting Yonko commanders, especially the first Yonko commanders, he beats that Yonko commander. That means that Mihawk can beat that Yonko commander in a better fashion because he's going to be stronger than whatever that current Zoro is. So it's not about portrayal. It's about this character dictates where the other character will be. Now I ask you again, who's that for Marco?
That doesn't exist for Marco. I guess you can say.
Thank you.
You can scale the other YC, first commanders with Marco, but there is no character who's supposed to be aspiring to this strength.
Hold on, Jaden. I'm gonna finish up real quick. I'm gonna pass it to you. And even if we were supposed to do that against Marco's peers, does Whitebeard's crew, depending on what position of commander they're in, dictates their strength according to the number?
Not really.
Exactly. So we don't have any comparisons for who's second strongest on the ship, who's third strongest. For all we know, Vista could be the second strongest person on the ship, even when Ace was there. And we have no idea because Marco himself was just considered and looked at because of the experience and tenure that he had and the trust that his captain had in Marco himself in order to lead the crew if he was not there. So that doesn't necessarily mean you're the strongest. It just means you're the most dependable for the crew to depend on. Go, Jaden.
I was just gonna say, I think everybody knows that it's a Mihawk, not even a question. The low to medium diff's arguable. I was just gonna ask, you were talking about not being able to scale Mihawk off of that, but weren't you last week with the Kuma and Mihawk Seraphim scaling the Seraphim based off the fact that he cut the island? But now you're saying that scaling Mihawk off from cutting the wave is irrelevant?
Listen, I'm gonna switch my arguments up as needed.
Okay. Now we see.
I'm gonna have to lie if I have to.
There's absolutely no shame in my game, Jaden. I do not care. I will cape for who I need to cape for.
You
okay?
That space to grow, that's for sure.
I don't care, bro.
All right, bring me back for a better one.
All right, I'll bring you back for a better one. Thank you, Jaden.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that Mihawk takes this.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring other people in. I feel like this is a sign we could talk about. Yo, Traverse, I'm gonna bring you back in too. All right, bro.
All
right.
Bring in Mosh if he's in there, bro, because he's caping for Marco too.
Mosh don't want these hands, bro.
Yo, he caping, bro, in the chat.
Yeah, he won't come through because he knows better, bro. He gonna stay over there.
Yo, Bosh, pull up.
Yo, Iron Hockey, Aaron Tate. I almost said Andrew Tate. What's going on, guys? Are you available?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I think Iron Hockey got kicked out. Let me try to push him back in. Pause.
Larry, we did get a
Yo, Iron, you gotta mute your stream. Oh, he went down
Yo,
again.
Larry.
Yo.
Real quick, we did get a request by Taku and Aaron that they debate the upcoming Jimbei and Shanks matchup. So make sure that they're on for that later.
All right, so Aaron, how about I bring you in for the next one?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so we'll do that. I'll bring in Firearm and I Hate Mo. Firearm, I Hate Mo. Are you available?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I Hate Mo. Are you here? No, I don't think he's here. All right. So, yo, Firearm, what you think about this conversation, man? Is Mihawk winning easy diff, no diff, neg diff? What's going on, man?
I don't think there's a conversation to be had. I think Mihawk just either no divs or low divs Marco. There's just not much more to say. I like Marco as a character. I feel like he just gets backed on a lot. He does not deserve all that hate, but this fight is a no diff, probably.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you have common sense. All right.
I mean, Mark is a first division commander. He has strength. I can see why Seb likes him so much and why he's caving for him in this argument. It's just against Mihawk, he has nothing he can do. He
can fly and whatnot. He can fly away.
Damn, yo, he could
For
fly.
5 seconds till Mihawk cuts his wings off.
Mihawk can't fly.
Oh my god, bro. All right. Yo, I'm gonna keep you here, Fire. I'm not gonna just throw you to the side that quick. Are we inevitably calling it?
We're good.
All right.
Yeah.
So
unless Mosh gets in here, he's the only one really caving for Marco.
Mosh don't want to come in here,
at,
bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, Mosh don't want to come in here, bro.
He said he's doing things.
Yeah, he's doing the overlay. Yeah, he's doing the overlay. I've been like hounding him.
Word?
Yeah.
Yo, leave Mosh alone, bro. Let him enjoy himself.
He in the live chat. That's his fault. Who we going with next?
Marco got 0 votes, so Mihawk got like 7. So I'm gonna just submit.
Yeah.
The next matchup is also probably not that great one. It's Aokiji versus Doflamingo.
All right, let me change that up really quick. Give me 1 second, guys. It was Aokiji versus Doflamingo, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me change this up. There we go. All right, let's go off. Oh, Iron Hockey's back. Let me see if I can bring him back in. Yo, Iron Hockey, you here? Yo, I can't get this guy in, bro. I'll bring Jaden back in then.
Who else is in the waiting room?
Not that many. Yo, Jaden, I'm gonna bring you back in, bro.
All right.
Yeah, so guys, we have Aokiji versus Doflamingo. What do you guys think?
Back for my mic.
You want to go first, Firearms?
Yeah, sure. I think it's gonna be Aokiji. We pretty much saw him no div Dofi at one point in time when he was going after Smoker already.
Not what happened, but go on. That's not what happened.
Unless it was anime only because I wasn't reading the manga back then. But I just saw Dofi about to hit Smoker. And Dofi just got frozen up in a matter of 0.5 seconds.
And then what happened?
Dofi did break out of it. I'm not gonna say that one-shot Dofi. Now, let's be honest though. Is a person in Kuzan's level gonna be frozen by that though?
Is he gonna be frozen? No.
Yeah, if we have someone else at the same, like for example, Akainu. Do you think Akainu would be frozen by that move?
Probably not. But the point is, but the reason why Akainu wouldn't is because of his devil fruit. Like he can heat up. Dofi doesn't have that counter. He was able to get out with hockey slash his, I guess maybe his devil fruit. I don't know. He was able to counter it. Is all I'm saying. He got frozen and he broke out. He's an awakener. He's an awakened devil fruit user. King's disposition hockey. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Dofi. He's my guy. He probably can't beat Aokiji. But I think it's closer than y'all think, man. There's arguments to be made. You're talking about feats on panel.
What do you think, Jaden? Are you available to talk?
Yeah. I was just waiting. Yeah, I got Dofi losing. I like him. I like him a lot, and with him being awakened, I feel like he can put up a lot more of a fight than a lot of people would expect. I feel like in that situation, the only reason he dipped was because he didn't have any advantages on his side. He didn't have his people with him. He didn't have an area he knew. He was right next to water, fighting with somebody who uses ice and could put him in, freeze over, anything like that. I think it was just a bad situation for him. I've got him losing like mid to high diff. High diff definitely arguable, but I want to mid to high diff.
I want to add to what Jaden said, and also with the Doflamingo's matchup with Aokiji in that moment, he had almost nothing to gain from fighting Aokiji, right? Like, if I fight him, I might lose, and the Law and Straw Hat and them are already on like leaving. Like his goal was to take out and silence Smoker. I can't just straight up defeat an Admiral and then like just silence Smoker. There was more to it than just I'm weaker than Aokiji, so I'm out. And I do want it to be noted that Aokiji himself told Smoker that Kaido needed to mobilize the admirals to deal with the Doflamingo situation. So there's some hype there, man. I'm just saying. I don't think he can beat him. I do agree with Jaden that it's a higher diff than most people probably think. I don't know if I go as far as high diff, but I overrate Doflamingo for the most part. I do. I rank him way higher than most people do. I'm gonna go high diff just cause. Who's on high diff?
See, I have some pushback on that. I would say it can't go higher than mid diff. It's just like,
I guess.
Like, let's be honest. Do you think Kuzan is losing to Fujitora? Because as far as I remember, Fuji was known to be able to beat Dofi if they fought at that point in time.
So I'm one of those people that I rank Fujitora pretty high too. I can see him beating Kuzan just because of matchups. Like Gravity is a better devil fruit than Ice, whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not. It just totally is. Like he can counter basically everything that Aokiji would throw at him. And similar to Dofi, I don't see him getting frozen. Like even if he got frozen, he can use Gravity to break out of it. The way Dofi was able to use Hockey or String or whatever he did. So I don't know. I don't think it would be crazy for Fujitora to beat Aokiji. So again, like I don't know. It's like some of these devil fruits be broken. Super broken. Gravity could be the most broken fruit in the game. Like if he throws Aokiji into a black hole, is he gonna freeze his way out of it?
I think
Like,
you're
you know what I'm
underestimating the ice fruit a little bit here. Because
Bro,
even
I see
just they're
people
standing
breaking
in
out of
moisture.
it.
They're
People-
standing
yo.
in moisture at 24/7. Dofi can't live without air around him. And even in his body, he has blood. What if he can actually awaken his fruit and change the blood inside him and his ice? He's immediately dead. You can't live without blood circulating in your body.
Well, Doflamingo has shown the capacity to heat up the strings in his body to create heat. Like he's done that. I've seen him stitch organs together. You know what I'm saying? After organ damage with his strings on the inside of his body. If Anel can restart his heart, you can figure out some frozen limbs. Okay, you can figure it out.
Yeah,
all right.
You're talking about another Logia devil fruit, which proves Firearm's point. Except
I mean, Doflamingo was basically a Logia once he's like, I mean, he's not a Logia, but the way his fruit worked in awakening mode and the fact that he can manipulate himself on the interior, like those are Logia-esque abilities.
So let me ask you
And
this.
again, you can change the elements of his thread,
So
which I don't even know how that's possible. but
so
whatever.
can I ask you something? Can Doflamingo heat up his threads enough to melt Aokiji's ice?
Maybe.
So you think that Doflamingo? Hold on. So you think that Doflamingo's heating abilities mimics the same level of heat Akainu has?
No, but I saw Ace clash even with Aokiji, and
So-
that was shown to not be the hottest flame out.
So you're saying that another Logia, who's infinite pyro, who literally affected the climate of a winter island to where it didn't snow anymore, that Doflamingo could have that same type of heat effect, that same type of geothermal effect on an island if he just chose to do so?
No, I'm saying that Doflamingo was frozen already,
What?
and he didn't need to do all that.
Then what are we talking
He's
about?
good.
What are we talking about?
Frozen or not?
Go, Jaden.
You're
I
frozen.
was just gonna say, I don't think it would necessarily have to be a heat thing. We saw during Dressrosa that Dofi's strings are like ridiculously powerful, with even Fujitora and Zoro and a bunch of other people having to use Haki to even slowly push him. So I mean, when it comes to high-powered strings like that, people are notorious for getting limbs cut off. I think it would definitely be able to cut through ice, but I'll give it to y'all. I think I'll definitely downgrade from mid to high to just mid diff.
Yeah. Listen, he would freeze his strings. If Dofi decided to do Awakening, he would freeze his Awakening. Why? Because when you do Awakening, it's also your willpower's infused, which Dofi can also do. Whose Haki is going to be stronger?
One's a conqueror, one isn't.
I asked you a question. Whose Haki is going to be stronger?
I don't know, like we've seen enough. I also want to know how I'm
Okay.
armament hockey. I agree, but if he can infuse his if he, well, I guess
He can't.
we're not stipulating.
Dofi,
shown that.
Dofi lost to Gear 4 Luffy.
Circumstantially, he had organ damage.
He still lost to Gear 4
Hey,
Luffy.
And he
Like, who-
low-key outlasted it once. It's
Once.
Aokiji, bro. Aokiji.
Yeah,
take
it's
it.
Aokiji. All right.
Listen to me, bro. It's Aokiji, and it's easy diff.
I think he could be mid diff. I think he can get up to mid diff.
Yeah, okay.
I think a lot of it'll just depend on like how everything comes out and interacts. I want to see how Kiji is with the one arm. Is it like, has it affected him at all? Anything like that? Because we saw during almost all of his fights, he uses a sword and then he uses his offhand to use his devil fruit. So now that he only has the one hand, does he still make the ice sword? How does he fight? I mean, I guess that's just random stipulations, but it's hard to scale somebody that has changed so much from the last time we saw them to now, and we haven't seen any feats. So I guess I assume that he's only gotten stronger, so I'd say low to mid diff. But
I wouldn't say Kiji changed just because
He good.
Hospital did the same exact thing with his arm. He lost it and then he just made one out
Yeah,
of candy.
I'm not saying weaker. I mean, like, is he using his devil fruit different? We also haven't seen him fight with the awakening. So it's like, I'm not saying weaker. I'm saying no, we don't know his fighting style or how he does or how he uses his devil fruit, or, you know, maybe he's more direct. Previously, how we saw him fight was mostly using his devil fruit from a distance and then closing the gap with the sword. But I mean, it's just all stipulation stuff. I also don't know how two awakened devil fruit users how they would fight. Like, can he turn Aokiji's ice into string or vice versa? Like, all that type of stuff.
That would be a
Because
hockey feat.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, I gotta outwill my abilities according to yours. And like, even though we might not know Aokiji's battle sense or his battle IQ or anything like that, we have enough to be like, he lasted 10 days against Akainu.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
if Rayleigh says, yo, your hockey's going to blossom through adversity and being challenged, that was the fight that made them both be stronger than they were at Marineford. And the fact is, that island was half. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would prove that they're at the same level. So I always felt like if you're gonna treat Akainu with the amount of respect of him being like one of the top 5 in the verse right now alive, you got to give the same feat to Aokiji to some degree.
Valid.
That's valid.
So my only question is then, you're talking about how turning Aokiji's ice into string would be a hockey feat. Do you feel like the fact that Dofi's a conqueror and we haven't seen Aokiji be a conqueror would make it so that his will is stronger? Because even if you have stronger armament hockey, that doesn't necessarily mean your will is stronger.
I saw Kuma clap Luffy and his whole crew.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
Conqueror's hockey plays a part like everyone thinks it does. Unless you can really utilize it, it's just there essentially.
No, I'm not saying that like Dofi's hockey is stronger. I'm saying you were saying that for Dofi to turn Aokiji's ice into string
Mhm.
using his awakening would be a well, you said hockey feat, and then you said it's about your will. He'd have to have a stronger will.
Yeah.
So do you think that him being a conqueror, that conqueror's will would play into that?
To a degree, but ultimately when Conqueror's hockey is pretty much useless until you can actually fully utilize it, as in
fully
using
disagree.
advanced Conqueror's hockey. Like you'd be able to attack with it, and we've seen, like, for instance, right, Sanji versus Chinjiao before post Wano, before like the devil, before the suit upgrades and stuff like that. Who's winning that fight? It would be Sanji. Sanji would destroy Chinjiao. And even though Chinjiao has the ability of Conquerors, he doesn't have the advanced coding to punish Sanji even further. And that's where it comes into play, where like you're talking about these top tier characters. These top tier characters have that next tier level ability of just coding. And I think that if Dofi can't coat his ability with Conquerors, then he has to just rely on armament. Conquerors can only push you so far, you know what I'm saying?
Valid.
So I do have some pushback on that. I personally believe that Conqueror's hockey does play a role in fights. For example, with Doflamingo, when he started manipulating Luffy's control, I personally think Conqueror's hockey played a role in him breaking out of the parasite in that moment, because Luffy refused to be controlled by Doflamingo. I think having Conqueror's hockey, you have that, I can dig deeper to make sure I don't lose. The same way when Doflamingo got hit into that wall, most people, the fight would have been over. People thought the fight was over. And then Conqueror's hockey will allow him to dig deeper again. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think it plays a bigger factor. I don't think it plays a big enough factor that allows him to beat Aokiji, even if Aokiji doesn't have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But,
I think that with his conquer hockey and him showing that he has like a super strong will, he loses to Aokiji without question. But I feel like if we haven't seen it, so I'm just going off of Larry's speculation that it would come down to will, his ability to turn Aokiji's ice into string. I'm just gonna give it like mid diff. Aokiji mid diff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
I don't
easy
feel
diff.
like he can come through and stomp him, but he's definitely not. He might sweat a little bit, but nothing crazy.
All right. I think it's settled in, right?
yeah, I think it's settled. We did get a $20 super chat talking specifically about this. I'll read that real quick, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a $20 super chat from Joyboy Mark. Thank you so much. It says, Dofi is strong, but like Larry said, Kuzan is strong enough to change an island. Dofi ain't doing that. Hurts to hear, but it's true. He ain't.
I mean, we haven't seen him change an island permanently, but he did. I guess back in Dressrosa, I was only watching anime. I wasn't reading the manga, but back then he did change a large majority of that city into string.
Mhm.
So we have seen him do like mass amounts into string, but with him not being like a weather or elemental based, it's kind of hard to permanently turn an island into string or turn, that type of, can't exactly turn a climate into string. So
I mean, you could if you had the hockey.
yeah, let me know when it starts raining string. All right.
Hey, birdcage. But I think we can move on. Thank you guys so much for jumping into the Discord. We'll definitely bring you guys back for another matchup. They should
Yeah,
be a little
I gotta
closer.
I gotta pee bad, yo. It's been like 10 minutes. I'm like, why are we still talking? We already win.
Go do your thing, bro.
All right, I'll catch y'all later.
All right.
The
Alright, see you,
matchup will
bros.
probably be closer going forward into the second and third round.
All
But
right.
yeah, we can move Aokiji along. The next matchup is Old Rayleigh versus Old Whitebeard. So the Whitebeard that we saw clash with Shanks, and Rayleigh that we saw on Chapoti Archipelago 2 years ago. Larry, who do you want to bring in for this one?
Give me 1 second. Also, Mark, thank you for the 20, bro. Seriously. You're that guy, bro.
Yeah, I think we got another subscription as well.
Yeah,
Or
I think it was from Oz. Oz, thank you,
Was it
bro.
from Oz?
Yeah, I don't even need to
Oz
say
always
much.
holding it down, man.
Let's
He said that.
let's bring in General 30, and we'll bring in we tried I Hate Mo already. Iron Hockey was, we'll try you work for someone. Hey, what's up, guys? Are you available? Hold on. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, 30, what up?
What's good?
Yo, I don't think I could get you work for someone in here.
Hello?
Oh, you're in here. What's
Yeah.
up, bro?
There you go.
Hey, there we go.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good. You.
All right, all right. So, starting General 30, you got your there's like air blowing into the speaker.
You work just dipped again. Oh, and he's back.
Yeah, I keep bringing him in. It keeps knocking him out. All right, so you work for someone. Oh, he exited out again. I'm trying to
It's
keep
still
him.
there?
in. Yeah, we're here.
No, I mean the noise is still there.
No, not anymore. You're good.
All right.
All right, so General, tell me your thoughts on this fight, man. Who you got? Old Rayleigh versus Old Whitebeard, and why?
This one's a little hard, but basically whoever wins is gonna be extreme diff. But I got Rayleigh.
Rayleigh?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he could last longer in a fight.
Oh yeah. Rayleigh
There's
could
nothing
last
that
longer.
really showed that, but what's it called? I just think that off of speculation,
Okay.
and I think he has a speed and hockey over Whitebeard.
The
He
speed.
too?
Yeah,
He can take speed. The hockey too? I don't know that one.
I mean he was dodging the gear fourth. You think Whitebeard doing that? Old Whitebeard.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Whitebeard taking it. I don't think he's. Well, maybe in the beginning of the fight he's dodging that shit, but
hmm.
I don't know.
I
Later
mean,
on, I don't think he's doing it.
I can't knock the premise too much. I just feel like hockey wise, I don't know if I'm putting Rayleigh above Whitebeard. I definitely think the speed and agility is all Ray. But Whitebeard has the hockey plus the devil fruit, so that's gonna be a lot of damage when he lands. You know what I'm saying? And Rayleigh old. I know Whitebeard old, but
He does,
Rayleigh, you know what I'm saying? But to me, it comes down to whether or not Whitebeard is like super sickly when the fight happens. Because in Marine Ford, he started coughing up blood and taking knees. He was clearly limited by his illness and the fact that he got stabbed by Squad.
yeah, I think
but-
that also had a lot to do with it.
But technically, this is a few months earlier than that. So maybe he's not as far down the road there. And can Rayleigh, at his age, take shots that, like, those other guys were taking? You know what I'm saying? Like, the kind who got rocked, put down for a little bit there.
Yo, you
I
work
don't
for
know.
someone.
We haven't seen nothing that showed it.
Yeah,
but,
I think Whitebeard got
what's
the.
it called? I don't know. Rayleigh just seems like he can go a lot longer with stronger hockey.
Okay.
And he has to conquer, so he can use advanced probably. Which is just speculation, but Blackbeard's scared of him.
All right.
And
What about
That's what
you
I'm thinking.
for your work? What do you think?
It's tough because we both seen them fight admirals, but not like Whitebeard, right? Sending a Kainu around, sending him flying around. So I think Rayleigh he may stick around for like maybe a couple hours, but give it to Whitebeard and his Devil Fruit, he's taking it, bro. He fought so many people, bro. I don't think Rayleigh fought as hard as Whitebeard did. No.
I agree.
Yeah, the stakes weren't as high for Rayleigh versus what Whitebeard was going through,
And we don't
having
know
to
if he's
do-
gonna survive a couple, blasts in the chest either. So
Super agree.
the real question is: do you guys think it's like the Whitebeard we saw clash with Shanks didn't seem to have any major, like, he obviously was old and he had the IV drips, but he didn't have any major health concerns in that moment.
He looked
That's the Whitebeard we're going with.
he looked
Understand.
skinnier in that panel with the IV drips than he looked at the war, and I'll say that.
That's just the era of the One Piece we were in, but that's fair, I guess.
Listen,
Oh, is Rayleigh
Whitebeard,
taking these spikes?
do you think Odin's close to Rayleigh?
you gotta talk again, Seb. You cut out.
I have Rayleigh over Odin personally.
Old man Rayleigh. Smoking crack. Yo, Whitebeard.
Maybe.
Whitebeard
Maybe.
wins
Probably.
high diff. Whitebeard wins high diff. And like,
Whitebeard high diff?
yeah, listen to me. I understand the fact that like Whitebeard did so much during the Summit War, and believe me, he showed the F out. He showed out more than the current Yonkos who are not on their deathbeds have shown out. And all the respect deserves to go to Whitebeard. He was able to fight everybody at the war on equal terms until like Akainu punched a hole through half of his face. And then even then, he almost took out a Blackbeard that people were like, yo, he fought Shanks like 10 years ago, so he's still the same level as current Shanks. So if we're going to use that same mentality, then you got to put Whitebeard at the top, right? And that was during half of his face missing. 2 shots inside his body that melted his organs. Plus, he wasn't able to use Conqueror's Haki because it didn't look like he used it at all once, and we know he has it. You know what I'm saying? He can infuse his blade with Conqueror's Haki as well. Was that used against Akainu? Was not. So, listen.
You
I
don't know
understand. Listen.
It was used against Aokiji. I don't know if it's Conquerors, but Aokiji had to make the whole.
Yeah, Aokiji had to use basically Future Sight in order to avoid the stab from Whitebeard. So,
I don't know that we can say that he didn't use Conqueror's Haki against Akainu when he hit him.
Akainu and Whitebeard were touching. There was no space in between.
But he hit him with his Devil Fruit.
That's
So this, you know what I'm saying? Like Devil Fruit. If he infused the Conquerors into the Devil Fruit, you can utilize Conqueror's Haki in an attack and still make contact, right? That's Ryo you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like Ryo is contactless per se.
no.
But you can still infuse.
We're talking about Conqueror's coding.
You can push like every sword slash that Zoro does
Beginning
that
to
has
show
Conqueror's
us that he
coding.
did.
He can do that. If Luffy decided to punch you and use Conqueror's coding, but not Ryo, he can still do that. You know what I'm saying? You can do one and not the other. So if he Conqueror's coded his Devil Fruit and hit him in that way, he could still have done that. We have no way to know whether it happened or not because Odin didn't explain all that to us at that time, but he could have.
Yeah. I just saw Rayleigh struggle against Kizaru, and he was sweating.
That's
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
That's right.
So
Oh, that's actually true.
people be forgetting that, like, that Rayleigh, that happened.
Admiral.
And meanwhile,
But Rayleigh wasn't really trying to do anything. He was just trying to hold him back.
He was still sweating though. That's the thing.
It was sweating. Yo,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
it's Whitebeard, bro, and it's high diff. I believe it's high diff. Is it extreme? If the battle elongates past a certain time, yes, because Whitebeard is ultimately just sick. But is it high diff? I think 90% sure it's high diff. 90.
I'm going Whitebeard extreme diff, but because I do think his health will factor in at some point. Granted, I don't know if Rayleigh has the stamina to last long enough to like really, really, really push Whitebeard because I think prime for prime, Whitebeard's a level above him. but I just think age hit Whitebeard way harder than it hit Rayleigh. So, in general, I'm gonna go Whitebeard, extreme diff. Like, he might even lose a limb. Honestly, he might lose an arm or something.
He ain't losing nothing, bro.
That's all right. All right.
He ain't losing nothing, bro.
You sleeping on Rayleigh, man?
Rayleigh can't even defeat a Blackbeard that has no advanced forms of hockey and has 2 devil fruits. Come on,
We
bro.
don't know that.
Yeah, he bailed out.
Y'all tripping.
Dude said, yo, I couldn't take him, bro. Even though we could have jumped him.
How you gonna hate on
That's
Rayleigh
not the
for not,
Rayleigh we're talking about.
being able to beat a Yonko?
That's not some
old age.
Whitebeard. Whitebeard would have never, dog.
Blackbeard killed Whitebeard.
No, Akainu killed Whitebeard.
Yo, Kaido did kill.
Nah, we're not giving that to Akainu.
Why?
Yo,
So we're just gonna give it to
Akainu
Blackbeard.
doesn't remember me.
if
We're not giving it to
nothing
no one.
else,
Old age killed Whitebeard.
nothing
He's
else
that guy.
happened to Whitebeard after that war.
I'm with
What
General.
Akainu did? If nothing happened to Whitebeard except for what Akainu did, he's still dead. Understand that.
I agree with
Still
General,
dead.
bro. Old
Still
age,
scored.
bro.
Old
Alright,
age.
alright.
Whitebeard's that guy.
He is that guy. So hold on, so y'all both going Whitebeard?
Yeah, I'm going Whitebeard. High def.
Yes,
I think I gotta change mine to Whitebeard too, man.
Mid to high. I gotta say mid to high.
Hey, we switched up for General. He went back to Whitebeard.
Yeah, you.
It's like, how fast is Whitebeard? Is he catching up to Rayleigh?
Yeah. See, that's why I,
I
have
don't know.
Rayleigh.
I don't know about that. It depends on the stamina.
Whitebeard's
And I don't
speed
know,
up
Rayleigh got
until-
battle IQ. Whitebeard did too.
This is the way it's gonna go. Rayleigh's going to have to land contact on Whitebeard, which means he has to get close. If not, it comes down to a battle of stamina, right? So that means that if Rayleigh has to play on and be an outside fighter, then he's gonna have to throw sword slashes. How much stamina does sword slashes take? And do sword slashes actually even really affect the other person that much? The only person we've seen do something like that is probably Kaido at a very high level, and then Mihawk, who got his shit thrown by
Roger.
Joe's. So it's like,
Roger did the advanced conqueror's sword slash.
yeah, but that's Roger, bro. He next tier, you know what I'm saying?
Right here.
Like, that's Roger. We talking about
Hey, why?
Rayleigh, old as hell,
Rayleigh like that?
struggling with Kizaru.
Rayleigh's just right hand and from I
Now
don't know.
those
this is just
those
speculation,
marine
but
fodder, right? At the war, the marine fodder that stabbed Whitebeard, do they have like Rio or something?
No,
Most
those
likely not. No.
No. Oh, that's
those
crazy.
were
That's
those were
crazy.
admirals or marine fodder.
The 4
I mean,
Marines that
vice admirals.
jumped up and
were
stabbed
there
him.
vice
Yeah.
admirals.
There was fodder in there.
They were the
Shooting
the
cannons,
elite
stabbing him,
100,000, right?
They were the
soldiers.
strongest.
Oh, yeah,
fodder
you're right,
that
you're right,
we
you're right.
have, but yeah.
You have to have
Captains
Rio,
without-
bro. I can't accept that.
What you mean they have to have Rio? Most people don't have Rio. That's not a,
Nah,
a normal
I Whitebeard still got stabbed by a squad. I don't know. Squad was using Ryu.
You know what's crazy to me? And I'm gonna be real with y'all because y'all be capping so hard in this goddamn Discord, bro. And y'all be capping so hard on live chat. Y'all be talking all that nonsense regarding Blackbeard having a Gouda and how he's so unstoppable and how he doesn't have to have any advanced forms of hockey and he doesn't have to have future sight and he doesn't need this, he doesn't need that, but he just has 2 devil fruits or just mad hawks. But y'all questioning right now if Whitebeard could even beat Rayleigh. Yo, y'all shame on yourselves, bro. The dude literally is a master with his fruit, and y'all doubting that he can even beat Rayleigh right now. I hate y'all,
I
bro.
mean, they're both old.
I hate y'all, bro. Y'all be making me want to just throw the whole Discord down, bro, down the garbage, man.
Well, one.
Y'all contradicting all the time, dog.
Every single one of us said Whitebeard. So calm your ass down.
Nah, bro.
Who?
It should be easy.
Who?
It should be
I'm just
easy.
saying there shouldn't be no
Hold
Rayleigh
on,
downplay.
Nah, fuck all that. Larry is Mr. Hockey is the end all be all, right? That's you, right?
Yup.
That's your whole bag, right?
Yup.
You taught Luffy, the main character, hockey. Who did that?
Cool, bro.
That was Rayleigh.
Cool.
Don't sleep
was
on
Rayleigh.
Ray.
There was
Right?
Dark King.
And then bring up a devil fruit and its mastery as the reason.
Oh,
Right?
oh,
Rayleigh got all that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. You ever had a running back coach tell a running back how to run? The fuck are we talking about, bro?
You call Rayleigh a running back coach? He's
Ain't even the same shit.
bro.
Yo, what are you talking about, bro?
listen.
Yo, I swear, yo, Sebastian don't know what he be talking about ever in his
Yo.
life, bro.
Bro,
How
what
you
level
gonna
do you
call
think
Rayleigh
Rayleigh
a
hockey
running
is
back
at?
coach? That's disrespectful, bro.
What'd you say,
That's
General?
crazy.
What level do you think Rayleigh's hockey is at?
What rate? I mean, it's not at the top tier levels, and even if he did dip into that little pool, he wouldn't be able to last long. You know why? Because Rayleigh himself stated, "I cannot use Conqueror's hockey as I used to because it has too much of a strain on the body," and that's what he told Luffy. Don't do it recklessly.
Does he have future sight?
Rayleigh has to have future sight.
Sight.
Yeah, he has to
He
have it.
got Rio. He got advanced
Alright, he's
con. He
landing
got
more
all that
hits.
shit.
What'd you say?
I know for
you
sure
work?
got Rio.
He's landing more hits.
Yes. Oh my god, bro. All right, yo. We going Whitebeard?
We going Whitebeard, right? As a collective,
Oh,
but don't sleep on Rayleigh, man.
Yeah, you
that's
know,
all
he's
I'm trying to
winning.
say.
Yeah, a bunch of
Don't do
caps,
that.
bro. I'm gonna get y'all all hats.
do that.
TOPT hats, bro. I'm
Are
not.
they coming?
They should. They're probably gonna come. All right.
Alright.
I'm
So
still on that Davey versus Aokiji fight, bro.
are you?
Why you thought?
I'm still thinking about that.
That's easy, Aokiji.
Aokiji took that, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
I'm a Dofi fan here, bro. It's over, bro.
Oh, Davey can
I
do
see the
that
next
bird
one.
cage, bro.
Yeah.
Kids beating Kizaru.
Aokiji will freeze the birdcage and break it. Comment that.
All right.
Oh,
So
like 5 people.
we're pushing old Rayleigh over Whitebeard, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let me do
What
the
a-
votes.
what a-
Did anybody vote for
No,
Rayleigh?
I mean probably Mosh because he out of his damn mind most of the time.
Mosh been trolling in the chat.
He
the
gotta be
whole
trolling.
time, bro.
Gotta be trolling.
This next one should be fun. We should bring Mosh in for this one if he can. But
You know he ain't coming in, bro. He don't want this, bro.
oh, man. I would love to see Mosh and Larry go at it over this next one. But General 30 and you work for someone. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank
Stick
you.
around. There's gonna be more matchups to debate for sure.
Yeah, my mic working? Is it too
Yeah,
loud?
it sounds better
Yeah,
than
we can hear you.
Sebastian's, bro, for sure.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Does
Oh,
it?
that's
Does it?
clean. All right.
I don't have a mic.
All right. So who's the next people, Seb?
The next matchup is Kizaru, the Admiral, versus Eustace Captain Kid. Why did I say that like that? Eustace Captain Kid. And Larry, don't be out here wilding,
About what?
kid. What's your what's your takes?
I'm not
right,
lying.
give
What are you
him-
talking about?
Oh man.
All right, let me switch the picture up real quick.
Who is in chat to debate?
All right. We have 2 new people that I noticed. It was Benjamin Figueroa and Jaden Dragon. So I'm gonna drag Benjamin in here, and I'm gonna drag Jaden in here. Gentlemen, if you wanna put some input and unmute yourselves, that way we can get down to this.
Hello, good sirs.
Hey, Jaden, what's up, man? How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad at all.
All right. What's up, Benjamin? Are you here? Hey, what's up, man? Hold on. I'm gonna turn your volume up. I think I could barely hear you. Speak again. Ben? Benjamin.
What's up?
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yo.
Way better. All right, guys. We got Kizaru versus Useless Captain Mid. What are your thoughts and who you going for? And we'll start first with Jaden.
I'm dude, like it's Kizaru. I mean, I a low diff.
Let's go. Also, what's up with you flexing in your profile picture, bro?
Yeah, I had to show you since I got my camera on.
I like it. Yo, I like your picture. Pause. And I also like your common sense. Let's go. What about you? Go ahead, Jaden.
I was just gonna say, like, he moves at light speed. Kid can't track that, and if you can argue that he can use his beam to hit him, there's no way he's able to track him and hit him with that. and with his ability to maneuver around him at light speed, there's no way Kid can encase his entire body in a hockey strong enough to defend him. So even if it's a chip battle, he can chip Kid away and like low div.
Love that. What about you, Ben? You got any rebuttal, or you feel the same?
I feel the same way. Kid moves way too slow. Like when I know Larry doesn't watch the anime, but in the anime, everybody be flying around and Kid gotta run to transform. It was funny as hell. I was dying. Like you got Luffy going into Gear 4. Luffy, Lloyd using Tack to fly. Kid gotta run. It was funny as hell. And we all see Kizaru doing all kind of thing. He has more utility, swordsmanship, hockey, all kind of things. So yeah, I gotta go with Kizaru.
Yo, I sent the $2 super chat. He said Kizaru neg dips. Move on. What do you say, Seb? What do you think?
I know I like to play devil's advocate, but I got nothing for this one. Kizaru wipes Kid pretty easy. Too fast. Hockey's too strong. It's too much. I'll say this in defense of Kid. He be tanking stuff, so the fight will last slightly longer than it should, just because he's a stubborn motherfucker. But he ain't got nothing for Kizaru. I don't even know if his awakening will work on him because he's a Lagia and he's like there's what do you got, bro? There's nothing he can do except maybe deflect light with high. Like that's it, bro. There's not much he can do. I was trying to mental gymnastics to try to like figure out a way Kid could do something, but nah. Kizaru body.
It's like even if he tried to do his railgun, Kizaru's such a thug that he's just gonna be like, yo, that's taking mad long to build, huh? I'm just gonna kick you in the face.
But there's nothing you can do,
one thing I want to point out.
Go ahead.
In Film Z, Kizaru basically
Hold on. Film Z?
Yeah.
Okay.
Film Z, not red.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
So in Film Z, Kizaru dodged a nuke basically. So I don't think that railgun is going to be fast enough to actually hit him.
Exactly.
Not only build up time, but also he has to aim it. Like there's no way he aims faster than light speed. You aim at Kizaru, Kizaru's behind you. You aim at Kizaru again, he's back behind you. Like what is he gonna do?
But wait, was it the railgun planted in the ground when Kid was using it at first and then he ripped it out?
I don't think so. I think he just created it around his like hands and just shot it. It don't matter. We don't gotta linger on this one for too long. We can keep them for the next matchup, if anything.
You can't even say like, yo, he's gonna get magnetized. Like he's a Logia, bro.
There's literally nothing he can do. Unless he awakens his advanced conqueror's hockey coding or whatever, something, and I still don't think it would matter.
Yeah,
honestly.
but even then, he can't. There's no way he can code his entire body in a hockey strong enough to defend Kizaru's attack.
Oh man.
Mosh just keeps trolling in the chat, bro. He know he got Kizaru. That's his man.
Yeah, Kid is a bum, bro, when it really comes down to it. Like I've been saying for years.
All right, next.
Yeah, next.
We can keep y'all on for the next one.
I love it.
This is the matchup that we did slot for Aaron Tate and Nerd Taku to have their debate.
Yeah, so we'll get them in after these two, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just change it up really quick. So what was it?
On the next one with Kizaru, Gravity, just because I'm really big into like how overly powering Gravity is, and y'all be way underestimating him.
Not me. I be calling out all the time that shit is crazy. He should be the strongest person in the show. Fujitoro.
Yeah, Fuji.
Because of his ability.
You was trying to tell me that Mihawk, that Hancock might could beat him, man. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing that had me like thrown off. We've only ever seen her be able to turn people to stone that aren't in love with her, like only ever inanimate objects. So we can't assume that she can chip away at people unless they do find her attractive. To use her fruit to turn them into stone, we've only ever seen her do it to inanimate objects that aren't in love with her. Anybody who wasn't in love with her, we haven't seen her turn to stone. So, but that was yesterday. That was one where I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Wait, in the war, I think she was using perfume something. That she was doing the spin kick around and actually kicking people and turning them to stone with the kick instead of just the look.
Yeah. So that's
yeah,
the
but
perfume
anyway.
Laguar.
Yeah.
It's people who find her like attractive. Like, if you think if she kicks Luffy, he's gonna turn to stone.
Probably not.
Well, it depends on, that's when hockey plays a factor. So like the fact that robots don't have hockey, she was able to just kick them and turn them into stone. And
I think it's because they're inanimate objects.
well, that's the same thing. It's like either way, her ability to be liked doesn't matter in this case, because if she just touches them, they turn to stone no matter what. But
That her fruit would be useless on Blackbeard because he's not attractive. He doesn't have her beauty.
We all know this.
So that means that the beauty does matter. But anyway, sorry, that was yesterday.
yeah.
I wasn't here for the whole thing, and I was like, damn, bro, there's some good ones I missed.
Well, listen, it does matter to a degree where she could just instantly turn you into stone by like not touching you. But if it's an inanimate object that doesn't feel anything, then she could just touch you with it. But when it comes to people and she goes to kick them and tries to turn them into stone, that's just like pure hockey at that point. Like it's either your ability affects me or not based on like my willpower for it to affect me or not. You know? I feel like that's how it works.
This is a question about the battles. I would want to know if it would work on the Seraphins.
Absolutely.
Because the
I think so.
Seraphins are basically mini people. So do they have their own will or something?
That's the biggest question. Is we don't know.
Hopefully we find out on Egghead.
We don't know.
Yeah,
We gotta find out.
But it worked on Pacifista, so I don't think it matters too much whether they have wills or not. You know what I mean?
But
Like I think her Delphi would work on them.
I think the human flesh is what determines. But anyway, what's this next one? I didn't see it.
All right, so the next matchup is Jimbei, Knight of the Sea, versus Yonko Shanks. But in case you guys weren't around for the first rounds that we did here, all the top 5 seeds had a handicap that goes against them in their matchups with the lower seeds. So because Jimbei is such a lower seed and Shanks is such a higher seed, and there's a huge gap in strength, the matchup will have a handicap that favors Jimbei. And that handicap is that the battle is taking place underwater. So essentially, Jimbei is in his home domain versus Shanks, who doesn't have a Delph root, so he can still move underwater. But with one arm, it's going to be hard to swim. That's all I'll say.
You were going to take his other arm.
Who do you guys got?
Give me a sec. Let me think. Well, I'm solid on Shanks. I feel like the One Piece community be slandering Shanks, but I think it's solid. It's fair to say mid diff because of the maneuverability. Shanks would probably have to use his arm to be able to turn, like with Jimbei swimming around him and attacking him. But I don't feel like Jimbei has the hockey to compete. Yeah, I've definitely got Shanks mid diff.
Okay.
What about you, Ben?
Well, for me, I would have to say Shanks as well. But the thing about it is, we have seen how far Shanks' haki could reach. Wouldn't he just be able to spread it in a wider area and paralyze Jimbei and then just attack him?
Very possible. It
Jimbei
works
has
on.
a really strong will. Like we saw against Big Mom. Like he's got a really strong will, and he's willing to risk his life to do what he loves. So like I don't feel like it'd kind of be like a temporary stun. It'd be quick, 2-3 seconds, snap out of it. I don't think that's going to be enough to paralyze Jimbei for him to swim all the way over to him and attack him.
That's the thing. I don't think Shanks would have to swim over to him. He can just do a long range slash.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but
I'm gonna say this. Shanks got his arm taken by a sea king in water, man.
Oh
Don't
my
give
god,
him that.
bro.
I Jimbei calling his boy the Lord of the Coast to come through and snatch arms, bro. Jimbei season. I don't care. I don't care.
Just got into One Piece, so like I just rewatched it, and it was super irritating because now I don't know where I just heard it through the grapevine that Jimbei had, or not Jimbei, Shanks had like a $1 billion berry bounty at the time, and I was super irritated. He uses his Conqueror's Haki to scare it off after it eats his arm. Like that was suspicious.
Yo, Jaden.
Lost Jimbei, baby.
Jaden. The biggest plot hole in the entire series.
Yo, it is.
For real.
It is. It's up there. It is up there. It's like top one. I can't think of another one. But Jimbei and Yonko underwater. Y'all need to understand that. Jimbei is a Yonko underwater. That's his domain. That's his area. Okay.
This is like saying that like Aquaman could beat Superman just because he's in water and shit.
Shanks ain't Superman. I don't like Superman, but don't be acting like Shanks is that. Shanks ain't all that now. Superman ain't got no missing arm because of a fish. That's Shanks. Shanks out here. It's hard to swim with one arm, bro.
Well,
I learned how to swim this summer. You need both arms for that.
This is a genuine question. I'm not like digging anybody. What hockey feats do we have for Jimbei?
He
basic armament and observation.
Like,
listen, man.
Do you think that's doing anything to Shanks?
What water feats we got for Shanks? What water feats?
You're talking about the arena of battle, not the ability to fight.
Listen, it's gonna be hard to fight when I jump you with 3,000 fish and you already lost the arm to a weak ass Lord of the Coast.
I have a question then. Didn't we see Zoro use his swords to move water? You're assuming like I feel like Shanks probably strikes hard enough to not only get out a ranged attack, but also to disperse the water immediately around him for a temporary amount of time.
Zoro was not fighting Jimbei. Y'all gotta stop sleeping on the kid, man. Night of the Sea.
All right. I've definitely got Shanks like mid diff. Like it'd be definitely annoying for him, but I don't feel like Jimbei can put out enough power to hurt Shanks.
Jimbei can swim down. Shanks can't breathe underwater. You gotta swim up. Come back. Regroup.
Disperse it around him with his strong attack and
I'm gonna stop. I got Shanks. I don't know the diff. It'll be harder than it should be.
Yeah.
Just because of the water.
Listen,
I got Shanks.
Listen. I saw Sanji beat Karubi, bro, underwater. I'm on.
No, he didn't. He didn't beat him underwater.
It's gonna be cool.
They went
bro.
back on land. They went back on land.
Go, Ben. Any final thoughts?
Well, on what Seb was saying that you need both arms to swim. Technically, you don't, because Shanks was actually floating in water just with his feet when they took his arm.
So that's not swimming.
You don't really need your both arms to swim in the One Piece verse. So
that's
you
not
can't
swimming.
really say that.
He was just kicking them legs real fast. That's not swimming. He was floating.
Hey, he was trained to float without both his arms, so you can't really say you need both of them.
You think you can beat Jimbei while treading water? The disrespect.
Hey, he just have to keep afloat and swing his sword. That's the only thing he has to do.
All right. So thank you guys. I appreciate both of you, and thank you for joining us. If you're still here, we're gonna definitely bring you back in.
Bring me. Is Fuji coming up in this one? Or are we gonna get to him in the second round?
Second round.
I think I'm gonna go back up the other way. So Fuji should be fighting soon in the second round.
Yeah.
All right. If y'all hit Fuji, you gotta bring me in.
All right. I got you, bro. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. Let's bring in the guys. The two conquerors. The two conquerors of our time, Aaron and Taku. They're both here, I'm pretty sure. So let's get this shit popping.
What's up? What's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's up, Aaron? How's it going, brother?
Taku
showing up with the visuals. I love it. What's up, bro? How are you?
I got it. Still. I'm good, but Mosh is talking crazy in that chat, like unreal.
He's trolling. He's trolling on another level, bro. You gotta realize it, man. The
I'm-
only genuine Mosh takes are Garp ain't shit. Those are the only ones.
You gotta tune Mosh out, bro. All right. So I'm gonna give Aaron the floor first,
Nah,
and I'm gonna give
Taku gotta go first, bro.
Taku gotta go first.
Taku said Jimbei wins extreme diff. He gotta explain.
Holy
himself.
shit! All right,
I
yo,
love
Taku,
it. I love
Taku,
it.
go off, Taku.
He gotta explain himself.
Yo, how are you gonna tell me that a man who can't even do a fucking doggy paddle can survive underwater long enough to beat Jimbei? That is absurd to me. Like, it doesn't even matter. Jimbei has conquerors. Like, his conquerors is not doing anything. Like, it's ridiculous to think that in a fishman's element where he only has a limited amount of time where Shanks can breathe, that he is not either waiting him out or putting him deeper into the water to ruin his life. Like, he could literally just keep hitting him with like ocean current boulder throws, like over the shoulder all day from afar without even getting touched. Like, there's no way that he could even compete speed-wise in the water. We're talking about a fucking warlord right now, like, who is so incredibly strong. And you're telling me that he beats him in his element? That's insane. That's bananas to me. You guys are out of your mind. Extreme diff for sure. Don't get me wrong. Shanks can definitely like hold his own and be able to like dispel some of the hits. But once you get to a point where you can't breathe, there is no fighting that fight. Like, it's just crazy to me. I bet you Jimbei takes the other arm off and you just see him kicking with two legs. You got nothing left.
Holy.
Can
He
I
is a shark.
ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah.
Name me all the characters that were swimming in One Piece that were doing freestyles, backstrokes, breaststrokes while they were swimming. Just name me a couple. Because there has been not one single One Piece character that we've seen swimming that was actually doing freestyle swimming, backstrokes, whatever have you. So name me a couple.
Was it Sanji doing that with the mermaids?
No,
He was doing the little
no,
dives.
he wasn't.
No?
I'm actually pretty sure Seb's right.
I feel like Sanji was doing he was doing some things in that little mermaid pond lake or whatever it was. I think got lakes underwater.
The fact of the matter is, every person we've seen swimming that wasn't in a dire situation, they were only swimming by kicking their feet with their hands or their arms going back. So let's not act like you just need your arms to swim in One Piece, dog. Like, it's not really a thing. Secondly, every scenario that we've seen a person fighting a fishman underwater, the fishman does start out with the advantage, but the human actually comes out on top. We've seen it with Sanji post time skip. We've seen it with Zoro pre time skip. And no, I'm not saying that those fishmen that they were facing against were as strong as Jimbei. However, that's the equivalent of what Shanks versus Jimbei would be. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Initially, I wanted to say Shanks high diff, but I honestly think that would be disrespectful to go anything above mid diff, yo. Like, because at the end of the day, who has Jimbei fought that is the equivalent of Shanks, or that would be the equivalent of Shanks being underwater?
They actually have a like opponent in Who's Who.
Stop it. Stop. Stop. That was
the Shanks meat riding. The Shanks meat riding over here.
Jim, the only kind of pocket that we know Jimbei to have is armament. I think it's pretty safe to assume that Shanks has advanced conquerors, advanced armament, or Rio, definitely advanced observation. And you think with all of those things in his favor, he's not mid-dipping at best or at worst, Jimbei? Underwater? Jimbei will get a couple off.
I'm saying exactly what everybody in this podcast always says. Matchups matter.
No,
you can't tell me that, okay, But it's true. It really is. Because if you look, all right, Enel should have no diffed Luffy, but it was the matchup of him being rubber. You're taking Shanks, who is a Yonko, really strong. And just like Seb said, Jimbei is a Yonko in water, especially if you're underwater for a long period of time. Like, you're a human, you can't deal with that. And so you're telling me that Shanks, who literally, from what we know, couldn't even beat a Sea King and has no conceivable feats besides for stopping a Kainu's punch and scaring Mid-Bull, you're going to tell me that he has more of a fighting chance underwater for a long period of time versus Jimbei, who literally can use the water to the best of his advantage. Like, we're talking more speed and we're talking more power underwater. Like, he's already really strong, and you're telling me that Shanks, like, I don't get me wrong, I think Shanks is really strong, but I think that we have to take into account the fact that being underwater, he's not as strong. Everyone knows that you're more weighted underwater, like, you will not move as fast. But fishmen are the opposite, they move faster.
So the fact that we've seen no fishmen beat actual humans underwater means nothing to
It's not true.
Dude,
Not
almost
true.
every human that literally fought fishmen were the main characters. Like, of course they're gonna win. Like,
But Shanks is not a main character. Come on, Taco.
you're
Larry.
telling me that Who's who is a human with a Zoan Devil Fruit, got beat by a fishman outside of water, but we're not gonna count that. But you want to say that all the fishmen that were the enemies of the Straw Hats got beat, and then
No.
that counts?
What I'm saying is, underwater doesn't give fishmen as much of a conceivable advantage as we would like to think, and we have evidence to back it up. And you said all of the people that have beaten fishmen underwater are all main characters. Okay, well, what is Shanks if not? An argument can be made. He's as much of the protagonist as Luffy is. So what do we are, Larry?
I
Can you
wouldn't
talk
go
to this, please? Please talk to this man.
Let's talk to you all.
Jimbei is literally part of the cast. He's literally part of the crew. He's more of a main character than Shanks is, and
Come
we've
on,
seen
son.
more from him.
Come on, bro. Come on. He's Luffy's henchman at this point. He didn't even want to fight Horty.
Oh man.
We got more from Jimbei pre-time skip and post-time skip than we have of Shanks in the whole duration.
Okay, so
I would say that Jimbei is bigger of a character than Shanks.
So you're really willing to die on Jimbei Extreme Diff. That's what you're saying.
I would say it would be really, really close, but we can't deny the fact that if it is completely submerged underwater, depending, you have to give it to Jimbei. Like, he is a monster underwater. Like, I think that we're really discounting that just because the showing against Who's Who was really lackluster. And, like, we kind of know that all the Beast Pirate showings were really lackluster. Honestly, I would have rather seen Jimbei versus Jack, in my personal opinion, because I think that Merman versus Merman thing would have been way more interesting. But I get it. They had to do it because of plot and whatnot. They had to have the Minx take him out because of what he did. But that would have been a way better showing, in my opinion, of Jimbei's strength against Who's Who. Dude, this guy got like no diffed by Shanks, and he was a CP9 member at the time just to take the fruit from him. Like, he's not impressive then. He's definitely not impressive now. But, like, he's definitely got the resume and the years and the time under Fisher Tiger that definitely say that this dude is a threat, let alone a threat underwater outside of Shanks' element.
Yo, can I just make one comment real quick? We got Sai, the YouTuber, in chat, and
Oh,
he
do
said Jimbei could barely outrun the shark in 1061.
Yo, what's
man,
up,
we'd love to
Sai?
have
How
you
are
on the
you?
show, man.
How are you, Sai? Listen. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Yo, Taku, bro. You are so goddamn disrespectful, bro. Where do you get the nerve? Where do you get the nerve to call out Shanks and say the most egregious things that you've been saying, bro. I don't get it. And I hate
Crazy.
people who keep bringing up this one-armed Shanks type of like the dude is handicapped. Like
It doesn't matter.
we got a fish, we got a starfish who willed itself to talk. And it's a fashion designer. Like you know what we talking about? Like, bro, the one arm argument does not matter. It will never matter at all. Never.
Not even underwater?
No.
I would say it might be a little bit underwater.
No,
Just a little
bro.
bit, it might matter.
Jimbei calling Lord of the Coast, man. Shanks gonna have flashbacks like Kaido.
Hold on. Let me say this too. Who defeated Hoodie? Jimbei or Luffy?
Luffy
Okay, cause somebody ran from the smoke, if I remember correctly.
ran. And he
Chill out,
was
chill out.
down there with
I
Horny
wouldn't
the
say
whole time.
ran there.
We not gonna disrespect Jimbei now.
Hold on. Aaron, let me finish it. Did Luffy defeat Hoodie underwater? When he was all pilled up?
Yeah, only because he had a bubble.
You are crazy as hell to say the disrespect that it would be an extremely difficult fight. Shanks is winning easy diff, bro. It may be no diff.
Easy.
Wow.
Maybe no diff.
That's pretty
No
disrespectful.
diff is wild.
No diff.
No diff is wild.
No diff.
Yo. In the ocean, Larry?
Turning that man to tuna, dog.
Bro.
Somebody give me a can, man.
Yo,
I'm going.
Shanks is already like a quarter fish food at this point. What's the rest of him? Like, he already got by a Sea King who was super simple. Got punched by Luffy right in his mug right at the beginning of the episode. Like, and you're telling me that Jimbei doesn't even have a shot?
Listen. I'm willing to give him. I'm willing to go Shanks mid diff simply because of Jinbei's advantage underwater, but I cannot go higher than mid diff. I just can't, and I hope the rest of the chat is not as crazy as Notaku in voting for Jimbei, because that would be another travesty, just like Zoro versus Bullet. That would be terrible.
Listen, shout out to Jimbei, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, whatever
But
Taku,
he losing.
whatever drink Taku drinking, bro, I need some, dog. Because he obviously feeling real good.
Yo, Taco gonna have to take us out one night, bro.
Yo, you got to, bro.
There's a part of me that's just like a slight bit trolling. I'm not gonna lie, but I still think that you guys are not giving Jimbei the respect that he deserves. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I would say that maybe at best, Shanks, like a little bit higher than mid diff underwater, but I think you guys are really overselling Shanks for the small showing that we have seen. I think that Sed hates overrated characters, and like he like pioneers that, but like I do believe that Shanks is really good, but he's just like everyone is just so meat rider to him that it's like even when he's at like the most crazy disadvantage, people would be like, yo, Shanks would just put the sword in his mouth if he lost both his arms and still mid diff underwater. Like, that's crazy.
Doc, you gotta understand where we're at right now. Shanks just Wi-Fi hockey bitched at Admiral.
Thank you.
Like,
come on.
the fakest shit. If you would have said that to me, even just like 20 chapters ago, I'd have been like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? That's some bullshit. And then he did it. From like a whole 2-ass islands away.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta understand where we at right now with it. And where the thing is, the power scale is just, it's that crazy. Like, you can get to that now. So, I got Shanks mid diff, and mid might be too much. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Honestly, it might be too much.
It's really just the fact that they in the ocean, and Jimbei gotta throw a lot at him. He's gonna throw a lot at him. All right, but
I agree. I think we definitely need Jimbei to have like a better showing. Like, we really haven't seen much from him. But then again, he kind of just showed up and actually joined the crew finally. So like, we only got to see him in passing in Marineford and at Whole Cake Island, really. So we really haven't gotten to see the extent of his power. Like, he could, like, against Who's Who, to me, he almost next to no diffed Who's Who. And like, that itself was like, okay, you know, but they also had kind of a, like I said, Beast Pirates, not a good showing. But
Listen,
So
I will agree. Like, don't get me wrong, Shanks is probably winning, but I would just like to see more from Shanks and Jinbei actually to be able to even quantify what's actually going to happen underwater.
I agree that Jinbei hasn't had the best showing, but only because Jinbei just simply isn't as strong as the top guys. We've seen him against Akainu at the Marineford War, and what happened? He got washed. He got a lucky shot on Big Mom, but it didn't do any extensive or it didn't do any extensive damage. Like against the top tiers, Jinbei isn't doing anything. Whereas Shanks, we've seen him literally clash with Whitebeard, Akainu. We know that he's faced up against Kaido because Kaido has him in his top 5. He just made Green Bull piss his pants. So we have more evidence that Shanks is like, if not as stronger than the top tiers of the One Piece world, where Jinbei has kind of been lackluster against them.
I do want to point out, Aaron, not to cut you off. If Shanks can split a sky, why can't he split an ocean?
Moses Shanks?
Moses Shanks?
Moses Shanks now, bro?
Let my fish man go.
At this point, we can't put it past him. At this point, we can't put it past him.
Yo,
we can't. Listen, that's borderline One Piece madness, right there.
One Piece madness.
I'm gonna be real. If Shanks needs to split the ocean
the
against
whole
Jimbei,
ocean,
he might could do it. Not the whole ocean. Little section.
But you would need Jinbei to also use Conqueror's coding for them to be able to split it. Like we haven't seen a Conqueror just split the sky themselves.
Damn. I guess like Kanye said, I guess we'll never know.
I will say though, also, I think that Green Bull was highly overrated. He was so hyped up to just get folded by Shanks from like fucking miles away. Like he literally was like called him up on the phone and was like, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna come beat that ass if you don't roll out." And he was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
So
what, the Green Bull.
What we saying?
It's Shanks.
It's Shanks? All right.
Shanks won the poll. It was
Shanks,
closer than I thought it was gonna be.
I just like to argue.
Larry, I see how you feel with Seb now, bro.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, Seb is everybody be like, yo, Larry got bad takes. Yo, Seb is the king of bad takes, dog.
Yeah, Nerdtaku is my Seb, bro. I rock with Nerdtaku. Nerdtaku's my guy.
Listen, bro. Listen, y'all gotta understand. I'm all about the entertainment value. I'm gonna pick the right person, but I'm gonna cape for who I need to when I need to. And I respect that about you, Taku. I respect that. Right?
Well, I was looking at the lineup, and I have to get up early in the morning. So I was looking at the lineup and what I could actually get away with. And then I was like, Jinbei and Shanks. I was like, is that even a fight? And then Seb was like, oh, they're underwater. I'm like, I can make an argument for that.
Hey, man. But I appreciate it. That was really entertaining.
That was fun. That was fun.
But all right.
Yo, Taku, you out after this?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out. I get up real early, so.
All right then, man. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, depending on how far you guys get, I can't wait to get into that second round though.
Yeah.
The second round does start heated. It depends on what we're starting with, but essentially we got Kaido versus Sengoku, and there's another stipulation there. We got to get Par Vision in here.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm still salty that you guys did Sanji so dirty against Blackbeard. You guys are wild for that. Yeah. I was jumping up and down. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, you're telling me that Sanji double strength from Blackbeard, who we literally have barely seen anything from. You're telling me that this dude does not speed blitz him so fast. He's in the ocean, skipping like a rock, dead. Like, I was all sorts of heated when that happened. I was in the chat blowing it up.
That's what we're saying.
No, that's not what we're saying. No, that's not what we're saying. But we already had our discussion. Blackbeard's gonna come up again, and I'm gonna blast his ass again. So,
I
yo,
was 100% on Larry's side, and that does not happen that often. I was literally like, ain't no way that you're telling me that Sanji now, with like the strongest armament and the fastest speed we've ever seen, and literally doesn't have a devil fruit and can fly, is not destroying this man with everything that he got before he could even get a black hole or a quake off.
mhm.
Like, it was insane to me, especially with the raid suit being doubled. Crazy.
Yeah. People don't know, bro. But Taku, enjoy the rest of your night. Aaron, if you're staying, I'm gonna bring you in again for sure.
Yeah, I'm sticking around, bro.
All right. Have a
Peace
good
out,
night.
Turk.
All right,
See you
guys
later,
have a
man.
Good night.
Good night. Bugging, bro. All right. So, Seb.
Larry, hold on real quick. Thank you guys so much. That was the end of the first round. We're gonna continue to the second round. We did get 2 super chats. I did want to read them. I know it's been sitting for a while. We got a $5 super chat from Firearms back when we were doing the Kid and Kizaru battle. It says, "Are we saying Kid is slower than Shibodi post time skip Luffy? Even he moved and reacted to light speed, or am I bugging?" I don't think Luffy interacted with Kizaru level speeds. That was beams from Kuma. Not the same. Not the same.
I agree.
But thank you so much, Firearms. Really appreciate the super chat. We got another one from Oz. Can't find it. I just had it.
I was just saying something about me being right again.
Yeah, it says, I got to side with Larry, bruh. He's right. But he had to put ... because you don't be right a lot.
All right. So
You've
round.
been on your game for the battle matchups. I appreciate that.
I've been no different than I usually am, at all.
A little different, a little bit.
All right, next round.
But all right, we're going to the next round. Is Parvision in the Discord? We might have to hit him up.
No, he's not in
This
the
was the one
Discord.
that he wanted to be on.
That's the
This
one
is
he
the
said.
one he wanted to be on. Yeah.
I'll text him.
Yeah, hit up Par. Because it's Kaido versus Sengoku. Old Sengoku, Marineford Sengoku. And because Kaido is the top seed, he does get hit with another handicap. And in this one, the stipulation is Sengoku is fighting Kaido with Marineford Garp. So
Hold
it'll
on.
be Kaido. Ooh, there he is.
Yo,
It's time, Par.
is it now? I want you guys to bring in other people, and I want to listen at the start. I want to hear this shit go down.
Give me 1 second while I readjust the title for this. And then I'm gonna bring in 2 people. I tried to get in here before, but they couldn't come in good enough. So I hate Mo, and Iron Hockey. I hate Mo and Iron Hockey. I hope you're available. I wanted to see if you guys would be able to talk this time since I didn't get you last time. So
yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Mo? How are you? I'm gonna bring in 2 people. I tried.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, yo, Iron.
Yeah, you gotta
mute your stream, Iron.
I did. Wagwan, man.
Wagwan, man.
Wagwan.
Hope everybody good.
Yeah, we're good. Yo, Mo, you got the face cam on? That's what's. Yo, the beard is crazy.
See the beard? Yo, you see this? All right.
All right, so guys, listen. We got Kaido versus Old Sengoku. I need some responses to this. I want to see what you guys think, and I'm gonna start.
Old Sengoku.
It's not Old Sengoku. Oh, my bad.
It's not just Old Sengoku.
It's just regular Sengoku.
No, it's Old Sengoku, but he also has Old Garp because Kaido was the top seed. He gets hit with another handicap.
All right, bro. You gotta tell me that. You gotta tell me that.
I said this. You weren't paying attention.
My bad. My bad. So Old Goku versus Old Goku and Old Garp.
Old Garp. Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a second.
The Marineford versions of both of these characters.
I gotta adjust this. My bad. My bad, guys. But you guys can go. I would say Mo start first, and then we have Iron go off.
Damn, I might have to give it to Kaido for this one.
What?
Talk to him,
Oh
Mo.
my God.
Paul, you typing away over there.
I mean, I don't know, cause Garp pack a punch, like, but I don't know. I feel like just Kaido with the double through and just, Sengoku and Garp, they old.
Yeah.
They are old.
But they're
That's a crazy
active.
matchup, though.
But they're active. So a lot of people bring up the old thing, right? But the thing is, Rayleigh was inactive and Whitebeard was sick, whereas Goku and Garp were neither. So they were active and healthy. And I don't know about if we could just say they're old and weak because they're active Marine and this is Fleet Admiral Sengoku. Fleet Admiral Sengoku. You know what I'm saying?
How active is Garp? How active is Sengoku? They haven't left Marine Ford and up to the pirate in probably years, man.
What do you mean how
Sengoku
we
been
don't
behind his desk.
pre-times we didn't even know what they were up to, bro. Garp was never at Marineford from our understanding. He was out and about.
He was training Kobe and Helmut, I guess. That's all we know for sure.
Weak ass Marines and handing people paperwork. Talking about active.
If the Fleet Admiral and the hero of the Marines can't beat Kaido, 2v1. 2v1. This is the duo, bro. This is the duo. If they can't do it, the Marines are fodder. I don't know.
Oh, bro.
Sebastian, aren't you Admiral Agenda? Aren't you?
I am. I'm totally Admiral Agenda. It is the new gen admirals though, like the Akainu, Kizaru, Aokiji. I don't think any of them would lose to Sengoku or Garp at Marineford personally.
Yeah,
but that's me.
That,
that's my agenda.
But 2v1. This is 2v1 fresh.
Mm-hmm. And Kaido showed me a lot, man. Hockey, what you got?
But that's the recency bias, bro. You know that we're gonna see Garp.
I saw Sengoku swing off on Luffy. He was good, bro. I saw him swing off.
You think he actually want to hurt? You think he actually want to hurt Luffy?
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
What do you mean?
Hold on, one at a time, guys.
What do you mean? He wanted to kill Ace. Why wouldn't you want to just kill little Luffy that was weak as hell?
He didn't want to kill Ace. Ace was just gonna be executed. He didn't put the hole in Ace.
But man,
if he wanted to kill Ace, he was sitting next to him the whole goddamn time.
If he didn't want to kill Ace, why was he on the why was he about to get executed? Tell me.
That's his duty, right? But Sengoku was sitting next to Ace the entire Marineford. If he wanted to kill Ace after the guards got conquered, Haki knocked out, he could have easily just been like, hey, I'll just do it myself. But he didn't. He had the whole goddamn 50, 100 episodes to do it. You can't tell me he wanted to kill Ace because then what was he? He was sitting right next to the man. He watched them. He watched Mr. 3 unlock the goddamn cuffs too. And then he's like, all right, hold on. I gotta do something, so I save face. That's it.
All right, look at this. Even if Ace escaped, all right, me seems like you can't really just kill him off like that easy and simple because guess what? You have to make the war happen so everybody can see the excitement of it. Wouldn't really make sense if everybody was like Marineford if it just happened and ended quickly like that. However, even if Sengoku didn't want to kill Ace, just kill Luffy. Even if he didn't want to kill Luffy still couldn't beat him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about you, Mo? What you think, man? What do you think about this matchup?
I just got one question. What is Garp doing against a Boros breath? Like, if he gets hit with one point blank, what is he doing?
Boro breath is kind of fodder though. You mean we saw Odin jump through that shit? We saying Garp can't do that?
I mean, Odin had swords.
But he didn't. He literally just went. He tanked it. We saw the visuals of it. He didn't even use flame red. He just was like, all right, I'll just jump into this shit.
That's a young Odin though.
We saying Garp can't do that. All right, we can't be using he's not 1,000 years old.
I don't know. I don't like to say that Garp loses because I love Garp, but I don't know. I feel like Kaido might just have too many advantages. Like we don't know if Garp uses Conquerors.
I think it would come down to two things. The
Sengoku,
Conquerors, they are able
Sengoku
to
has
utilize
conquers.
the Conquerors.
We know that.
Yeah, but how nice is he with it?
I mean, we haven't seen either of them fight yet, which probably means Garp at minimum is gonna be crazy. But the other part of it is that, like, if we just saw Shanks, right? Shanks showed us the next level. Garp is probably gonna have that next level. But then even more than that, it's like, I don't know what you guys are gonna expect from like God Valley, but the reason why Oda hasn't showed it to us is because it's insane. And that's why Kaido's been not chilling, afraid. He's been stockpiling shit on Wano this whole goddamn time because he has PTSD from God Valley. And who was there? Garp. That's why. Garp and Roger, bro. He had the entire Rocks crew. And Kaido's been sitting 20 years playing. How come he couldn't take any of them on earlier if he was this goddamn strong?
Did Garp show up in that silhouette?
I mean, in the Discord, we saw the full flesh, right? We saw what the anime did, right? Garp was there. Garp was there, bro.
He was at God Valley. He was not in that silhouette, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying the anime in that scene put Garp in there. And then even in the recent episodes, Garp was like, Kaido was like, Garp is that guy.
Oh, we got Hidden Island in the chat. He's saying Kaido wins, Par. Trying to tell you, man.
Yo, can I just interrupt one time?
Talk to him, Larry.
Listen, Par. I listen. You're great at theories, dog. You're amazing. Like, you're one of the best I've ever seen, and I think everybody should bear witness to that greatness. But yo, you wrong as hell when you said that Kaido's trauma came from God Valley. No, it came from Odin. That's it. Like, it didn't come from God Valley.
You think it came from Odin?
Yes.
Yes. But then
so he made the 20-year plan to stockpile Smiles, his army, because Odin showed up?
Yo, Par, you know better than anybody. What chapter did Odin tell Kaido to build his army up? And he's going to need to do so for the future fight. And what happened? Kaido said,
wait, that's not what happened. It was in reverse. It was after Odin showed up, and then Kaido said, you should have showed up 5 years prior because I got my army built up now. It wasn't because of Odin.
Yep.
It was because of outside of Wano.
No, but you're talking about go.
No, it's because when he was talking to about Momonosuke, he's just like, the world government thinks that they're the hot shit, but no, I got my shit now. What shit was he building? He was building up Wano to be his hub, right? Not because of Odin. He was doing that before Odin.
Hold on. No, but Par's talking about two separate situations. He's mentioning Kaido's trauma for the future that he's now building up to, prior to like what he was doing actually was becoming a Yonko, because we can possibly say he just became a Yonko. So what do becoming Yonkos do? They gain territory. They gain influence.
So what territory
they gain numbers.
He stayed on Wano. Why?
Yo, but he wasn't just on Wano. He was also
he sent other people outside.
Hold on. That's not true, because he was also on expeditions while keeping Yamato at bay on Wano. He was going to other islands to do what he had to do in order to become a stronger Yonko.
Can I interrupt?
Hold on. His ultimate goal was to have the greatest war ever. But it wasn't because of God Valley. It was literally because Odin was boiling in that pot. And he said, yo, you better build up your strength, because within a couple of years, you're going to have a war on your hands. And he was so scarred from it.
From the pot. So you're saying when he was in the pot, when he killed, but Kaido was already building everything up since before Odin was in the pot.
Yeah, because he's like,
the plan was already played way beforehand. Because it was when Higurashi, or whatever her name is, she was sitting there before Wano, and it's like, yo, this is how you take down the world. It wasn't about Odin or the Wano.
When did he say anything about Garp?
Yeah,
like you're.
My point is, if you think that he beats Garp and Sengoku like this, right? Then why would he need to? How is he even captured on Punk? It was when he was a kid, right? When he was a kid, they were like, oh, he got the cafeteria. But what about Punk Hazard? How about that? How did he get captured that time?
Yo, Par, real talk, Par.
And then why did he need to hide behind Doflamingo, right? He needed the Warlord Celestial Dragon side. He didn't need to play the game, bro.
Hold on. That was the other way around. Dopey was hiding behind Kaido.
That is
It wasn't no hiding behind Dopey. He was using Dopey.
I'm saying, why didn't he have all the things to do? Why did he need someone like him? It's because he was hiding behind Celestial Dragon status and Warlord status.
No, Par, you're getting this all wrong. He was getting weapons created because he has weak-ass people with him. Go ahead, Iron.
He hates Kaido. I believe he hates Kaido because all of this is not really necessary to the point as to how Kaido would beat Sengoku and Garp. I mean, how we move.
All I'm saying is you guys are gonna be upset when Garp is gonna just mow down people, bro.
We're not denying that Garp is strong, you know. We're not denying that. The guy used to train by punching off mountains. We're not denying any of that. However, this is Kaido we're talking about.
This is the Fleet Admiral of the Marines plus the hero of the Marines.
Yeah,
the guy dealing with Roger. The guy dealing with Roger, equal to Roger. Healthy and active.
Yo.
But Kaido is a guy that can fight Roger. He even said it. The silhouette said it. People who can fight.
He didn't say he could fight him. He said that these are the people that he's scared of. Isn't that not what the silhouettes were saying?
He did not say scared of. He said
these are the people with hockey.
He said the handful of persons who can fight me, and he listed them out in the top 5.
Neither of them.
Doesn't that say a lot?
And all I'm saying is that, you know, Garp was referred to as next to Roger. So you can't deny that connection. Even if he didn't show up in there, that's why the anime did show him there.
I can't deny that. I can't.
What you got, Mo? Who you got?
Yeah, I gotta give it to Kaido. I mean, because also it's gonna come down to Kaido versus Sengoku. Because Garp's had a handicap to where he's bound to the ground. Like Buddha could fly, Dragon could fly. What's Garp gonna do? He has no form of being in the air. So, like,
yo,
I don't know. It's too many. It's a handicap.
Yo, hidden join the chat. Hidden join the chat.
All right, we're gonna have a full party, so I'm gonna curate, guys. Please do not talk over each other. I'm gonna invite Hidden and Mosh, okay?
Oh, yeah, Mosh is also in the chat.
Listen, I'm gonna give everybody their turn to talk. All right, so Hidden and Mosh, you guys are now in. I am going to be curating, so I'm gonna give Hidden the floor. Then I'm going to give Mosh the floor, and then we're going to go back to Iron, okay? In that order. But if you guys want to respond, you just know, like, I got to control it. So, Hidden. Did Hidden get back out? Hold on.
Hidden has mic muted. He's still in there.
Yeah? Yo, Hidden.
Yeah, I messed up. I left the chat. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. What's up, gentlemen? How are you, brothers?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Hidden. Speak to me, man. Tell me why Par is bugging.
Why is Par bugging? Oh, I'll tell you. All right, so the reason Par is bugging right now is because Garp and Sengoku are super old. Okay? That's why he's bugging. Kaido is in his prime right now. It took the literal savior of the world, the prophesized. It took 800 years of prophecy to formulate a hero that could save the entire world. And he barely beat Kaido. He barely even beat him. You got straight up Gilgamesh coming out to fight Kaido. And he barely beat him.
Hold on,
Shanks
Par.
called him a sapling, bro.
Hold on, Par.
Shanks is not in the matchup here, though.
Yeah, I'm saying that's
It's Kaido in
respective of the
match.
world.
I
I'm saying
know,
that's respective of the world.
I'm just saying it took a mythical hero to beat Kaido. Okay, it's not taking some 2 old men.
Goku is a mythical god as well.
Hold on, Par. Let him talk.
He's an old, but he's old though. That's the thing. They're both old. If you look at Rayleigh too, Rayleigh's from the same generation. Rayleigh is just as old as them, and you know we can see Rayleigh's clearly not in his prime. He's struggling against one of the admirals. He was struggling just to keep Kizaru off of them. And I would say Rayleigh, right-hand man to Roger. If Garp was going toe-to-toe with Roger, I would say Sengoku probably goes toe-to-toe with Rayleigh, if I had to guess. So if I'm going to make this guess here, I'm going to say that Rayleigh, Roger, Sengoku, Garp, that sort of power scaling right there. We see that they're out of their prime. They're old. I don't think a very old out of his prime Roger or Rayleigh could beat Kaido right now. I think Kaido is probably was the strongest character in the story, that was currently alive out there, at least that we know of, unless we're talking about like Eam or something or Blackbeard, but we can't even guess that yet. At least from what we know, Kaido was the strongest creature in the world up until Luffy beat him.
Wasn't Goku with Shiki? Wasn't that the play? Isn't Shiki? I think Larry really likes Shiki. I thought that was the pairing.
Shiki is a Larry's guy. He ain't on this level.
Yeah,
Shiki is not even on the level of.
I have one question.
Larry, pull up the picture I just sent in the chat. I just want to show that I got a lot of people on my side here.
No, I got strong opinions about this one. I really genuinely think that
those are anime watchers.
Age does play a factor. The new generation coming in. That's a big message from Oda. He's constantly showing us how the new generation replaces the old. There's a reason. There's a reason. It's because they're newer, they're better, they're stronger, they're smarter. That's what we got right now. The worst generation is that. They're the worst generation for a reason. Just like Kaido's generation, is probably an upgrade over the previous one. They just keep getting stronger.
Okay. What about you, Mosh? You got any rebuttals?
All right, first, how y'all doing?
Oh, first off, don't be wilding out, Mosh. You know you be wilding. All right.
Nah, he's on your side, I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead, Mosh.
First of all, Garp and Sengoku clear eat. No, I'm just kidding.
Larry, what are you talking about? Did you not see what he's saying about Garp earlier?
No.
All right, first, I quote, I kept bringing down those people who were said to be stronger than me, and after a while, I found myself being bored at the top, waiting for someone else to challenge me. That was Kaido, verbatim. Kaido also said, there's no one in this world who can defeat me, obviously before Luffy actually later on defeated him. And Kaido's been captured multiple times and escaped multiple times. And if Sengoku and Garp are supposed to be herald these Marines, how come they couldn't stop him one time from escaping? The first time, okay, that's okay. Second time, all right. Third time, you'd be like, okay, get on our shit. Garp and Sengoku, they never leave. If they don't leave, and Kaido's there, they should stop Kaido from leaving, but they don't.
How many times he escaped?
Mosh, we had this conversation many times. Weren't you the one who said Kaido's fraudulent as fuck? Sebastian too. Every single goddamn statement he said, fraudulent as fuck. You get to the end goal and you're like, this is the only. I'm gonna take this punch. What did he do? He didn't take that punch, bro. Kaido ain't that guy. He can say all the. Where is he right now? At the bottom of fucking Wano, bro. Like, what are we saying?
And who put him
Hold
there?
on.
Was it Garp?
Hold on.
Was it Sengoku? No, it was neither of them.
But even your statement, even what you said, he said 1v1. Sure, I trust that. This is a 2v1. This is a 2v1 with a mythical Zoan, bro, and Fleet Admiral and Hero of the Marine Garp. What are we saying?
That's beautiful. Okay, do you think Gear 4th Luffy conquers coding punch is stronger than Garp's?
Gear 4th conquers coding. Luffy beats. All right.
No.
I'll tell you. Shanks rolled up and called them saplings, bro. They got ways to grow, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's cute. They have ways to grow, but Luffy's still clashing with Kaido and splitting the sky. And this is in base, all right? And we're also comparing Luffy's Gear 3rd punch without Conqueror's denting Chinjao's his drill. And that was the punch they compared to Garp's. So now you give Luffy now an amp in Gear 4th with Conqueror's coding, clashing with Kaido and not doing a single thing to Kaido. Then you look at Rayleigh and Kizaru. They're fighting for minimum 5 minutes. Rayleigh is gassed. And now you have Sengoku and Garp fight for 5 minutes.
Rayleigh wasn't active, bro. He was drinking and he was enslaved.
Let him finish.
They were drinking. Okay, you can say that, but the same thing is, when was the last time we saw Garp do anything besides go and see Luffy? That was it. So now we're gonna try to if we go based on portrayal, right? We can say, okay, Garp hasn't been shown yet, so later on he's going to be stronger. We can say that. But at the same time, that's all headcanon. We don't actually know that. As we saw Kaido not only take on the 5 worst generation that Hidden just talked about, saying that, they're supposed to surpass the old. And if they are surpassing the old, and they just fought Kaido, all 5 of them, and Kaido still wasn't down, and then was fighting Gear 5th Luffy and still beating the shit out of him. And if you count the hits, even with the last hit, Kaido was still doing a number on Luffy. And Kaido's like, I'll take this last punch. Yes, he's in the bottom of Wano right now, but at the same time, it took Luffy literally restarting his heart, awakening his devil fruit, unlocking Conqueror's Haki, fighting Yamato, fighting Big Mom the night, a couple days before for 5 days. Like, It took all this for Kaido to, you know what? I'll give it to him. And to top it all off, the reason why Kaido actually took the punch is because he realized that Luffy was actually Joy Boy. And in the same chapter, when he took the punch, he said, "There's only one person who can defeat me, and that is Joy Boy." And Kaido finally figured out, yeah, this is the person that is Joy Boy. So let me actually bow down and actually give it to him. You can argue that that's not the case, but at the same time, that's how it all played out in that chapter. Sengoku Garp, Raimin Haken, and then and then walks off and like next.
I just want to point out to all you guys agreeing with Mosh right now. He chose the Garp route, but hold on, Mosh. Current Zoro versus Garp. What's your take?
Current Zoro versus Garp?
Yeah, what's your take?
I hear evil.
Down for that.
Okay.
What's your take, Mosh? Say it. Say it.
All right. Okay. Listen. Current Zoro.
No, not just no.
Hold on. We're getting too out of bounds.
This is a straw man argument, and I will put 2 points out here right now. Okay, I'm gonna say number one, stop with this. Oh, Kaido, this is a 2v1 situation. Every fight we've seen Kaido win, basically ever since the last 50, 60 chapters, has been him fighting more than one person at a time, pretty much.
Except for one person, I could say Garp is probably equal to that person, if not above. And that person is Big Mom. He 3 days dueled and he tied. Are we saying Garp is lower than Big Mom? Are we saying Sengoku plus Garp?
I'm just saying that fight was never resolved, and Big Mom's very resilient herself. So it's like, they're probably going to end in a tie. It's like an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. Like, what do you do about that?
Okay, plus, neither of them are actually trying, because Big Mom said it verbatim. She hasn't felt this kind of pain in ages, and I don't think Big Mom used any part of her soul to fight Kaido. So at the same time, that argument is not really hitting the way you're trying to make it hit. But if you want to talk about Zoro versus Garp, I don't get where you're trying to go with that argument. Yes,
I'm trying to say you have a clear bias in this argument, because you're saying the whole time denouncing Garp, but I just want everyone to point out Larry was cheering you on, but he was cheering on this blasphemous Garp take that you have.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, I saw Larry argue with you about this for 2 hours.
Hold on. I want to get Iron's take. Please, Iron, take the floor.
I definitely agree with Mosh, and it took. Boy, I know part of the start, but let me just continue. It took Luffy so many hits. Luffy had to literally lose 4 times or so and restart his heart just to get up back, just to be Joy Boy and then defeat him. And to me, it still not even looked like Kaido was going all out. It still looked like he kept putting some blockage on his ability just to fight Luffy on the same path, you know what I'm saying? It didn't look like he was even going all out. Even with that golden attack, which was fire, by the way. Come on, Garp and Sengoku, they're old in age. Unless them can utilize Haki in their prime. Like when they were in their prime, I don't see them winning Kaido in a 1-to-1. And plus, if this is a fresh, healthy Kaido, before he started fighting Big Mom and all those other persons that he beat down, I don't see them winning. As someone pointed out that Sengoku has the ability of Buddha, which he can use to fly, and Kaido is a dragon. I don't see how Garp is gonna keep up with them in the air. I don't see how he's going to do that.
Okay.
Just saying, they're both old. I don't say that not really do it much, but come on, they're old. He really said that using his Haki has a toll on his ability. And really even said that he wouldn't fight Blackbeard. Now you think 2 old Marines are going to take on Kaido, known as the strongest man in the world? That doesn't make any sense. Do you think two old Marines are going to take on Kaido, who you can't scratch him unless you have unless you're utilizing conquerors, and none of them use swords, so I don't think they're going to scratch him. Unless them fists can go through him like the way Aokiji went through Whitebeard. I don't see that happening. So tell me, them not able to utilizing Conquer at their age, I don't see their fists hurting him as that much.
Okay.
Somebody was saying something?
Can I ask a question? Is it possible for us to even take Kaido seriously if he's losing to 2 old guys who've been eating crackers for like the last 30 years?
Exactly, man. It's like, come on, bro.
Could we take him seriously in that situation? I know. I know they're legends. I know they got reputations, but like that's for stuff that happened a long time ago. You know,
Exactly.
that's all I'm saying.
You can't compare their strength now to back then, because for example, we see Garp threw some cannonballs with his bare hands. That's not much. I mean, a lot of strong persons are able to do that. Luffy, before time skip, could have thrown a cannonball with his bare hands. Am I right or wrong? Which is it?
All right. Par, I got you.
Alright.
I'm not having this part slander. All right.
And
If we being real.
also, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
Oh, I need to respond to him though.
Also,
Yeah.
only person who see Garb knocked down is Trash Marco. I mean, come on. It's Marco.
Why we gotta get in it, man?
All right, let's go. Yeah. To continue trashing Marco, let's go.
I
let's
got
go.
you. Okay.
But I'm just saying, you know.
Hold on, let me just say to his thing about that. So we know Sengoku has conquers, but he also has an ability,
Yeah, I
the
was about to say it
shockwave
too.
ability,
Yeah.
that actually, is something that would pierce Kaido's thing. That is something that we do know. The shockwaves part was even shown to be similar to Whitebeard's Gura Gura. It was very similar in design, in aspect, in so many different ways. And then you add conquers on top of that, he would be able to do it. And then you had a mythical zone on top of that that allows him to get that far, and then it's a mythical zone. Either way, Sengoku has more than enough capability of damaging Kaido, and then that's not even taking into Garp.
I won't deny that, he can damage him. However, look at Gamma Knife by Law. Did that shit do nothing?
It did more. The manga doesn't show fight panels. We know fight panels in the manga aren't great. We do know that. Within Wano, we have to agree to that.
Look at this. Look at this. He did use Gamma Knife, and we can admit that Gamma Knife is a very strong attack. Did even say that his Law's Devil Fruit power is a little troublesome.
I wouldn't say it's conquers infused though. I wouldn't say that. I'm saying Sengoku has conquers.
It did damage him. I mean, can Sengoku currently you exhibit the amount of strength that he could back in his old days with Kaido? Can he use conquers?
We don't know that though.
Yeah, I would go on a limb that inactive Rayleigh was able to use conquers enough to scare Blackbeard off in the recent chapter. So I would go on a limb and say that Goku would be able to use it.
I'm not talking about Rayleigh and Blackbeard, two complete different persons.
No, but you're saying can they use it in old age? And I'm like, yeah, they can. They were active, and he was a fleet admiral.
How much time do you think he can use that ability?
I mean, he was a fleet admiral, and we know Sengoku is not a slouch when it comes to discipline. Sengoku's a disciplined man.
Is Kaido Mayu recently in the last episode of the anime? He literally hallucinated Luffy getting up back. That's how much he wanted smoke. But guess what? Luffy have to realize Luffy is not a match for him. I think two elderly Marines who haven't really been fighting all that much.
And he wanted the smoke so much, he's in the smoke now. So, what are we saying? The bro is
bad joke.
He lost to the main character. That's it's like
exactly no protagonist.
And who's the main character's grandfather? What's the lineage we're talking about? Oh wait, God. Hidden. Don't you have the theory that there's a Lunarian lineage going on here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so then I don't know about Garp, but he might be a part of that, right? The D clan.
Yeah, I mean, if he's part of that lineage, sure, but not all of them are as strong as Luffy. Not every one of Luffy's relatives is as strong as him. Otherwise, Dragon would have been the main character.
All right, so I want to point you guys out to canon material right now. Chapter 431. I put it in the chat. So Kaido in the recent chapter, right? He managed to get a welt on Luffy, right? That was the one time he was able to get that welt. He took the Destroyer of Death, Thunder Bagua. All of his Thunder Baguas didn't do that. But then we see Garp in chapter 431 achieve that with just a punch. All I'm saying. Nami has conquerors too. All I'm saying.
All right, guys.
The anime
hold up.
Does bad representations of the manga.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So you guys had a lot to say. I do want to get to Mo. I want to reach Mo, and then I want to hear Sebastian because he's been waiting patiently, and I know he's just been enjoying it as much as I have. But Mo, I want to hear from you, and then Seb will hear from you after. Okay. So go ahead, Mo. Floor is yours.
I agree with everybody except for Par. And also, if we're being honest, Sengoku got a bum ass fruit. Like,
Nah, you're wild.
like,
Sure,
Look at the arguments you guys have to reach for to put me down right now. One had to slander Marco. One had to say that the mythical god Buddha fruit is trash, bro. I don't know.
No disrespect to Buddha, but like,
Marco,
first, Buddha wasn't even a combatant god or deity. So,
but he took down the Monkey King. You're wrong.
That is true.
And the Monkey King being Bajran Gun Luffy.
But we haven't seen the Buddha fruit like pre-time skip. Luffy ate a whole punch, tanked it, no damage, easy. Like, it's a bum ass fruit. We haven't seen it do anything.
Yo, Mash, how do you feel about that one? Is it bum ass fruit?
Nah. To be honest, I still think Blackbeard probably ends up with that fruit some way because it just makes sense with him and Luffy. But I'll let you talk. I bet y'all two talk.
Like, yeah, I don't see a world where they can actually hurt Kaido. Like, Kaido's active. You could argue that Garp is semi-active because he'd be out and about.
Winning.
Yeah, like, Sengoku's not active. Sengoku sits around, chilling, eating chips, talking to his goat. Like, Garp puts in more work, and Garp's not really out doing nothing. Like everybody said, like, we've seen him go after Luffy a couple times. He put in some work at Marineford, but
what about Akainu then? Akainu was just sitting around as Fleet Admiral as well. We can't just knock the Fleet Admiral position when we know that it was a meritocracy in terms of how Akainu got there. So we can't just knock that Sengoku got there out of meritocracy.
Yeah, so we've seen more from Akainu than we've seen from Sengoku. Like,
yeah, that's because he was the grunt worker there. Why would the Fleet Admiral pull up when he didn't need to?
All them big names were there. I expected Sengoku to do more than just hold Garp into the ground.
There was one big name, and the admirals had it more like the three admirals together. They were already winning the war, right? But then Blackbeard was on their side. When Blackbeard turned, that's around the time when Shanks showed up. So then at that point, it's like, why would they show up, right? And then Shanks wanted to defuse everything, and Sengoku's like, all right, cool. Right. So at that time, there was only like 1 or 2 chapters between Blackbeard turning and making it a big name for them to actually want to take him down. Shanks showed up and was like, all right, everybody chill the fuck out. So then they had their way out. Right. But prior to that, it was just Whitebeard, old sick Whitebeard, and then the 3 Golden Age admirals. Sengoku and Garp weren't going to do anything anyways. They were still last battalion just waiting. The only person who could truthfully make it past them without any resistance sort of is Luffy, because Luffy had the fucking heartstrings pulled on Garp. But besides that, Marco rose up, he gets knocked down, right? Anybody besides Luffy, the main character, rolling up to Garp, then they're just gonna get stopped. But Sengoku and Garp had no reason to do anything during that because they had the 3 admirals there.
All right, my question is, where do you put this fight? You saying the Garp and Sengoku win? Extreme diff, high diff, mid diff,
extreme diff.
All right.
And the reason why is because I don't think that there's any other character at this point that we've seen that could possibly bring those two to extreme diff. Only Kaido would be able to do something like that. Big Mom, close, but we haven't seen like a crazy showing for Big Mom outside of that. Kaido is probably the only character that could bring that, and it's extreme diff, extreme diff.
So if this fight lasts any more than 5 minutes, Kaido is literally standing over them laughing. I'm not even trolling. So I give them 5 minutes, Garp going all out with CQ, and Sengoku has to have an awakened Devil Fruit in order for me to say extreme diff. If not, 5 minutes tops.
What about you, Sab? What do you think, Sab? What do you want to say?
All right, I got a lot to say. One, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate Hidden, Maj, Par, all making it out. Iron Hockey and Mo, I ain't say Mew this time. You know what I mean? Like, to get y'all together and talking about this shit and making Par look crazy, I love it.
Hey, you're also making like 5,000 people who voted Marineford, Garp, and Sengoku in a non-biased poll. I didn't say shit in this. They all voted yes.
Get Mark.
I'm trying to get preaching here. Behind the scenes, I'm getting all the people who voted on my side.
But it's Kaido. I got Kaido high to extreme diff. I'm gonna go high diff because I don't know if it gets too extreme. I'm not ageist per se, but I do think their ages have played a major role
Of course it does.
in where Sengoku and Garp are. Like even just like 2 years passed and Sengoku got all white hair. Like Garp, when's the last time he made anything of note?
Bro, I'm about to get white hair in 2 months. Like, what are you saying about me?
Iron Hockey pointed it out. Rayleigh himself straight up said, I can't use my King's Disposition Hockey too much or it's going to affect me. We don't even know if Sengoku can utilize advanced.
Wait, who said that? Wait, who said that?
It was
Rayleigh said that he couldn't use his Conqueror's Hockey too much. It would wear down on him.
When did he say that?
Sabo the Archipelago.
Yeah.
In the auction house, he didn't say that. It was just more that he didn't want people to know he was there at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to be so upfront because it would make trouble for him. But it wasn't until he bet on Luffy that he stood up. Once he saw Zoro being stomped on by Kizaru, he was like, all right, hold on. Let's not stomp on these saplings. But at the auction house, it wasn't that I can't use my hockey because it's going to tire me out. It was if I use my Conqueror's Hockey and I show up like this, they're going to know I'm here and I can't live here anymore. And I can't shack up with Shaki, right? That's the main issue. That's what he was saying.
At the same time, they knew that
you can go back to the panel. Just literally said that. Chapter 504.
They knew that he lived there.
I'll have to reread it. But ultimately, the portrayal that Oda has shown for them is that they're well past their prime. That's the point. That the new generation of admirals are the ones that have to deal with Whitebeard. The new generation of admirals are the ones that are the focal point of the war. They are the gatekeepers at the back end, but the ones who are actually going to put the work in are these newer admirals, and that's because Garp and Sengoku aren't what they used to be. That is the point.
And I agree with you. I agree with you.
Whitebeard, this old gen legend, is still trying to do things while clearly he's past it, and everybody of that era is past it. And to think that Kaido can't do, like, come on, man, it's Kaido. Like we saw him fight for 60 chapters. We saw him get jumped by multiple mythical Zohans, multiple worst generations, multiple awakened Devil Fruit users, hockey champions, etc. Like everything you could throw at him was thrown, and it wasn't until the very end, after all of that, did he lose to Luffy ultimately. And there's interpretations that he chose to lose, accepted a defeat. I don't necessarily buy that myself. I think he did just straight up get knocked out. But come on, man! Like,
no, I agree with you.
What have we seen from Garp and Sengoku to say that they're going to be capable of doing this at this age versus the dude that everybody says is top one, except I guess Shanks or whatever. But come on, man!
I don't think it's meaningful to say 1v1 Kaido would lose to either of them, but 2v1 is a little, and you're not even saying extreme diff on that end.
I'm saying put it this way, Par. How much of a percentage do you think that Garp and Sengoku have been dropped down from what their prime was? Because I don't think they can even get up to 80% of what they were. You get what I'm saying? I don't even think they can get to 75% of what they used to be. Because I think back then, they could bang with Whitebeard in his prime. They could bang with Roger in their prime. But now, they're, 70-something years old now? They're supposed to beat Kaido?
You started off saying you weren't ageist, but then in 70s.
I'm saying the battles and the things that they did in the past have affected them so much that they will not be capable of competing at that level for longer than... Mosh went a little too far with the 5 minutes.
This is what I'm saying. You're siding with the guy who thinks current Zoro couldn't beat Prime Garp. That's who you're siding with here. But my point is, I think Garp's power level will be able... Like, I think Garp will have his own version of like a Bajrang gun level attack. It just doesn't make sense.
He very well may, and power is the last thing to go. But at the end of the day, how long can they sustain moving at this level? How long can they sustain shots, getting hit with damage? Because Kaido's going to dish the damage out. How long can Garp really go on? How long
in a 1v1, I don't think they could do it, right? But in a 2v1, the duo, the legendary duo, bro.
If anybody can handle the 2v1, is Kaido.
And I said extreme diff. But it's like it's Garp and Sengoku, bro. That's like
Kaido.
Luffy and Ace. Like, I mean, like, but Prime. Like they would take on the world, bro. You let the two bros, they grew up, they're homies. That's a legendary duo, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, but you have
Par.
to understand that they're old, man.
Yo,
You can't take
Par.
on the world being old.
Yo, Par, I got a question for you.
All right, hit me with it.
Yo, did Sengoku and Garp need to fight Shiki?
We're talking on chapter 0, right?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, did we see the result of the fight, like on their end? We just saw Shiki in jail, right?
But they both needed to fight Shiki, right?
I mean, if Shiki shows up, it's not like if they're not gonna let Shiki just. Shiki also showed up with the ability to destroy
Bro,
the island.
I'm saying yes or no. Is it a yes or a no? Did they
Yeah,
both
but you're
have to
taking
fight
out.
him?
He rolled up with warships hovering over Marineford. Did he not? About to slam down on citizens.
Did he?
Why would you send one person if they're at your home, bro?
Did they need to fight together
Did
against
they
Shiki?
need to? We don't know. We don't get the context. But did they need to protect something with as minimal damage as possible? Yeah, I would. If someone showed up in my house, I'm not gonna like wait for my brother to show. No, we're all strapped up trying to fight. What the fuck? Like Sebastian gonna 1v1 someone who raids his house? Not all his brothers are coming out and they're gonna knock the shit out of that dude. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. If you're talking about outside of that, maybe not at Marineford where people are literally living there. We know that from Marineford now.
That was Prime Garp and Prime Sengoku.
And we don't.
Prime Garp and Garp Prime Sengoku, low key.
Just saying.
They had great already.
Did they? But do we see the results of it? Do we see how much diff that took? They still beat him. He was in the jail.
He destroyed half of Marineford. He still got that off.
But the fact was,
his power is fucking insane. But you can't say that.
But-
you know that.
so-
Kaido literally has an island. They couldn't stop him from dropping the island unless they had Momo.
So what?
I don't think it's not canon. By the way,
So Par has
Which
fallen
no, no,
into
no,
the.
I mean the ship part, the
you've
chapter
fallen
0
into
part.
the hype, bro. That's really all it is. You fell into the hype where you believe that these two characters can still.
But you're using a situation with no results from it. You can't
But
say
what I am saying is that they both needed to just handle Shiki by themselves. Like both of them. Like they needed to be that legendary duel that you're saying that they are. They needed to be that against Shiki, a Shiki level opponent.
And you don't know
Hold
how
on,
easy diff it was.
Hold on, you talked. Regardless of anything else that was circumstantial or stuff, they both needed to be there. He showed up with one specific goal. He said, yo, y'all got Roger and y'all gonna be executing him. I won't let that shit happen. And rolled up by himself, and they both had to step up to the plate. Now with Kaido, in his prime, fighting a more legendary god, because Oda made a god himself in his own manga. More than, like, you can't say that Nika is not stronger than Buddha. We know nothing about Garp or Sengoku, bro, at this point. Like, it's just pure hype. And they're past their primes. Like, I don't understand, like, how you could just say that these two guys are going to just beat Kaido, bro. Like, if there's anybody in the show...
I'm literally looking at the chapter 0 panel right now. The reason why half of Marineford is destroyed is because Shiki just dropped a ship on them. That's not even fair. Like, if we're using that situation, you have to look at the results. You can't just say it took two of them without seeing the result of how easy or how difficult it was.
So
the
Kaido,
result that you can pull
is
from...
Kaido more dangerous than Shiki? Even when Shiki rolls up with a ship?
But if they no diffed Shiki, which we can't ascertain, which is why this situation isn't valuable for your argument, then we don't know. If Kaido rolled up, maybe more of Marineford would be destroyed. But could Garp and Sengoku beat them? We have, from your situation here, using chapter 0, we don't see how easily it took them to beat them.
But it's regardless of difficulty.
They said that they fought.
It's regardless of
they didn't
difficulty.
even say how many days.
It's regardless of difficulty. The fact that they both just needed to handle him
Larry,
and his powers.
Explain to me, if someone came to your place, you're gonna 1v1 that dude until what? The more of Marineford is destroyed? No, you're just gonna show up. The same thing. Do all the 3 admirals need to be there? So why didn't all 3 admirals just fight Whitebeard all at once?
You're just replying. You're not letting me make my stance. So the stance is that's my base, that's my foundation. Now, is Kaido in his prime that just fought Luffy more dangerous than that Shiki and whatever else Shiki had planned and accumulated to fight those two guys?
Yeah, he's stronger than Shiki. Yeah.
Okay, so then we're talking about those two guys in their prime. And Kaido now rolls up, being more dangerous than Shiki, being able to take out Marineford more than Shiki, and he's just gonna go off. He's just more dangerous. He's more powerful than they are at this point. But you're saying that just because these two legendary duels are packed together against a prime Kaido, they're gonna win. When I feel like that Shiki itself, it's the great foundation of what Kaido would naturally just do more than what Shiki did.
You can't take the destruction of a place as a reflection of the fight. For example, I think you would agree that Blackbeard would beat that mini Mihawk, but that mini Mihawk sliced an island in half. That doesn't mean that mini Mihawk is stronger than Blackbeard. In that same regard here, Kaido can destroy all of Marineford, sure. Whatever. Garp and Sengoku, we don't know the result of Chapter 0, so you using that base is invalid there, is what I'm saying.
All right. I have a question
on that, but he's still.
I have two questions. Pars, so you have the worst generation that's on the rooftop. They're versing Garp and Sengoku. Who do you have winning, and what difficulty?
The worst generation, Zoro. It's funnier that Mosh is asking me this because he has a current Zoro over Garp, over Prime Garp.
That's fine.
You gotta stop with the straw man, bro.
It's fine. It's fine.
I know. I'll answer the question. I'm just saying it's coming from like if anyone else asked that question, I would have answered it without anything.
Can I just say? I will say that take is so fried. I'm just gonna put that.
It really isn't. Like, when we really say think about it, it really isn't.
No, that
okay.
That flabbergasted me. That flabbergasted me.
All right. So here's my question: who's more durable, Garp or Kaido? Kaido is. Zoro scarred Kaido without even knowing Conqueror's Haki. Without it. So you mean to tell me that Garp is going to tank a Conqueror's coded attack from Zoro? Is that what you're telling me now?
I mean, that's okay. Zoro versus Garp. Okay, I mean, this is a question to all you guys too.
No, we're not gonna do this. We're still on the Kaido versus Sengoku and Garp, bro. Stop getting off topic.
That's why I asked one. That's why I asked one question. If
Par doesn't know how to answer questions, bro, he doesn't do it.
If Garp and Sengoku fought those 5, what is the outcome? Extreme diff, low diff, who wins?
I mean, but that's a 2v5. That's different.
I'm just it was a 5v1. What are you talking about?
It wasn't a 5v1.
5v2.
Big Mom was there at that time.
Big Mom was barely doing anything. Kaido was like, give me your best shot. And Kaido took attack from all 5 of them.
So Big Mom Fulgora, they literally had to plan to bring her off the thing so that Luffy could deal with it.
Before all of that took place,
Luffy, he took attack from all 5 of them. I'm just asking, if it's 5v2, who wins? Who do you have?
5v2, Sengoku and Garp.
What diff?
I had to do some math calculations. I wasn't prepared for this one. Come on.
You also got to remember, Garp is now half as strong as the prime as that prime situation that Light is talking about.
Pre-Gear 5 too.
Yes, pre-Gear 5, yeah, and pre-Conquerors too, yeah.
Par's just banking on the voting poll that he had.
And
everybody that voted just watches the anime.
I got Garp and Sengoku extreme diff there too.
Extreme diff before Conqueror's coded. So you can't be serious with yourself right now, bro. Come on, bro.
But that's not
Conquerors.
But it's also a very different matchup. Big Mom and Kaido versus those 5 is different. You know what I mean? We have the Kid. I don't even know what to do with Kid because you have Kid over everyone too. But like, I'm just like, that's a weird matchup.
I don't have Kid over. I have Kid in matchups better than people, not over people altogether. Like a swordsman, I think is the.
I like how you to clarify that.
Yeah, I have to. I could think I'm crazy. But the thing is, like I mentioned with the Zoro and Garp situation, like you guys can't like refute that point with Garp having to take that attack from Zoro and tank it, which is not going to happen.
You know why Par's losing right now? I guarantee you he don't have his turtleneck on.
Larry Reed in the chat right now. Get Edwin that credit, bro. Stop plagiarizing him. What the fuck?
Yo, Iron, you said you were gonna say something. What are you gonna say?
Oh, it was a question, but I think it's dumb now. I was just gonna ask if you think Sengoku and Garp could take 9 stab wounds. I mean, fight Big Mom for 3 days, then fight Luffy and still be up strong and about, So I don't know.
Can Garp and Sengoku take that? I mean, I mean, we don't know how durable those people are. They're kind of crazy.
Exactly. I go fight them those two old men.
Maybe Sengoku in God Buddha mode might be able to. I would put money on God Buddha mode being able to tank that.
The fact is, you can't put these two old guys against the most strongest durable man at the One Piece verse. Plus, his incredible stamina. I mean,
all right, let me ask you guys then. What diff do you have Kaido over these two then?
I say
high diff.
High.
Anciently extreme, depending.
I don't think it's high.
High to extreme.
Hold on. Hold on. Everybody one at a time. Seb.
High diff.
Hidden.
Probably mid diff.
Okay, Mo.
High diff, but not too high diff.
Oh, and I got Preach also.
Mosh.
I got mid to high, yeah.
Mid to high. Iron.
Mid to high.
Mid to high. I'm saying high for sure, and it's a hard high. And then Par, who do you have?
I have. Let me just say, I got Preach is coming in one, and it's Garp and Sengoku Extreme.
Garp and Sengoku Extreme.
Yeah.
The 5% tell you the right thing. You go back straight to the wrong thing. I mean, I say this, so, kids have to learn soon, but it's all right.
Here's my thing, Art. You out here arguing tooth and nail for a fight you think is extreme diff, so you think it can go either way anyway.
It's true.
That is true.
Yeah, but I'm not disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful and ageist like you, Sebastian.
Par's like, yo, put that 80-year-old person as a running back in the NFL, yo. They got it.
If it's Garp and Sengoku,
they got it, yo.
I don't know, bro. They're built like that.
Two 70-year-old guys against a man is in prime. I mean, wow. I mean, amazing.
Hidden, Mosh, Par. I don't know if y'all were here, but Larry called Rayleigh a running back coach earlier, and it was disrespectful.
It's true.
Running back coach.
Nah, he's a special teams coach, bro. Get out of here, bro. You don't get that special team, man.
Oh,
man. Bro.
All right. So, yo, Mo, Iron, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna pull you guys
Big
out.
up yourself, big man.
Yeah, you guys were amazing, man. This was easily probably the best link up we've had, man. So I'm gonna push you guys down. If you're still here, we're gonna get back into it. All right. Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
Big up on yourself, is it?
Yeah, Wagwan.
But damn, man, you know.
Yeah,
Big
no,
up on
no.
America. You don't know, yeah.
Holy, yo, is Preach coming in, Par? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. He's asking where to join. I don't know how to tag the entrance to the den.
Who's streaming my? Can I see the rest of this bracket here? I'm curious as to. I've missed a lot.
Got you. A lot has happened.
A lot.
Yeah,
has
Preach is
happened,
here. Preach is here.
To be fair, bro, if we knew that Sengoku had Conqueror's coding and everything,
Yo, Preach.
Yo,
Forgive me?
Preach. Welcome, bro. Welcome to that
Good,
One
man.
Piece talk. How are you, brother?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for joining us. Yo, I know you had this poll on your YouTube. We saw it. It was clearly one-sided. Clearly a lot of anime watchers. Clearly a lot of people who don't know what they talking about. But go ahead, man. Make your case.
You know, my thing is, yeah, all respect to Kaido, man, because I still think he's definitely stronger than Luffy for now. But the thing is, like, I know people like to say Garp is old, right? But like for me, if you take a look at Garp, he's just built different to me. Like him and his whole family, Luffy, Dragon, Garp, they're naturally built different. Like I don't think you could say age is really a big deal, like as much as it is for Rayleigh or whoever else, because of just the way that they're built. And then the thing is too, like if we're gonna look at Luffy and how strong he already is at 18 or like 19, right? So if you want to talk about age, then we gotta say, well, Luffy is younger than everyone else, so that's why I say age doesn't matter for them. But the thing is too, like Conquerors hockey wise, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think Garp has the strongest Conquerors, maybe in the entire series that we've seen so far. Maybe Roger, maybe Shanks, and that's it. So that's my thing. And then Sengoku, we already know that he's top tier. Like he has the best Devil Fruit. He has Conquerors hockey confirmed. So that's what I say. But it's definitely a close poll, and I think that's why I think it's one of the best polls I've seen as far as a good fight. So I want to hear what y'all gotta say.
I just gotta ask you a question. On what grounds do you think that he has the best conquerors hockey in the ever? Basically.
Yeah.
Look,
You
I'll put it this way.
confirmation that Garp's
Yeah,
a
no,
conqueror.
no confirmation, but I don't think we need it because the thing is,
What?
we know he was going up against Roger. We know that Luffy's already going to be one of the strongest in the verse, right? Luffy's going to be Pirate King, and my thing is like his genes is just like Garp to be the hero of the Marines, to be noticed as the greatest Marine that's ever lived. How would he not have conquerors hockey if Sengoku does?
Because he wasn't known for being the greatest Marine in strength. He was known for being the hero of the Marines because of what happened at God Valley. It wasn't even in tribute to his strength. And I'm not knocking him.
For things he didn't do. He didn't capture Roger, and he didn't take down rocks.
Okay.
But he didn't want to capture
I'll,
Roger.
I'll help Marshall
Hold on.
here.
So
I'll play
do you
devil's
think-
advocate.
Do you think Sengoku is stronger than Garp?
No.
No.
The thing
So
is,
that's what I'm saying, like,
but why
okay,
wouldn't
so,
he be
so
though?
you agree that he at least has conquerors, right?
No, I think Garp's the exception to the rule, personally. I
You
think.
don't think so you think he's going full body ornament like Virgo was?
Hold on, one at a time, Tab. Go ahead, Preach. Say it again.
So do you think it's like more of like a full body ornament kind of situation, like how we saw with Virgo, or like what do you think his fighting style would be?
I think Garp has pushed armament hockey to the highest possible pinnacle, where he doesn't even need Conqueror's hockey to hit as hard as these dudes that have it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And that would make him the exception to the rule. There's probably no one else who could do that, per se. But Garp, because he was able to fight with Roger and Whitebeard and stuff, and there has been no mention of him being a Conqueror's hockey user, and the fact that it was revealed that Sengoku was, and then there's nothing from him, and he's not as ambitious as most Conqueror's hockey users are. I just think Garp's the exception to that rule. I could very well be wrong. I would actually even like it from the habit because I want Garp to be Hawks in his past. But to me, I think he's just the exception to that rule, honestly. But
Well, so go, Mosh. I want to hear your rebuttal.
My first thing is, why do we have Garp over Sengoku? That's just my first question.
What do you mean?
Okay, so
Like
so
we
the
have
reason why-
Sengoku as Fleet Admiral, Mythical Zone, and Conquerors all confirmed. Garp, Vice Admiral, no Conquerors, and yet he's over Sengoku already. This is, but that's just my
I
take.
can go, but any of y'all can go if y'all want.
I have one thing I want to say. I feel like he has to have conquerors just because he's known as Garp the Fist, and his whole thing is punching people really, really hard. That's his like thing. He punches you really hard, and if he's scrapping with the best of the best, I mean, we saw with the fight with Kaido, like he said himself, like you need hockey to be able to compete. It's not about the devil fruits; it's about the hockey. And the Conqueror's hockey, the Conqueror's coating on his punches, and the stuff that Luffy was doing was what evened the playing field between him and Kaido. Him against a Yonko level opponent, he was not able to do significant damage to him with Ryo. It was not armament hockey alone that was going to win him that fight. No matter how strong you are, if you don't got that Conqueror's coating, you're not going to be able to fight iron balloons like Big Mom and Kaido. But Garp was. And his whole thing is he doesn't have a devil fruit. He just punches really hard. How does he do that? He uses a whole lot of Conqueror's hockey. That's the only explanation. That's the only way he could possibly do that much damage with his punches to people.
I want to add something.
Go.
I want to
go.
add something.
Go, Par.
So it's really quick. It's really quick. So his fist is also called the Fist of Love, and there's a saying from the East Blue: "Love is a hurricane." And all I'm saying is, Garp.
Right.
We don't know who's causing these storms, but you take these peak power people and Mother Nature, bro. I don't know. He's gonna be punching with storms. That's how I feel.
I'm just gonna mute Par just because of that real quick for like 5 seconds because that was crazy. But I'm gonna unmute him now. All right.
That's how Par creates 90% of his videos. That level of just frames of thinking right there.
Hold on, I got a rebuttal.
Keep Chinjao in mind, by the way, because he has conquerors too, and Garp punched his head into a little dent.
And them skies ain't split.
Hold on, I do have a rebuttal to that statement. Hidden. There's one person that's the exception post time skip that hasn't had Rio but has Rio like effects, and that's Sanji.
I knew he was gonna say something.
So what else does Garp have that Sanji has in moniker? Fist of Love, Black Leg Sanji. So it's like they're both using specific parts of their body to hit really, really hard. And maybe Garp has a way of hitting the same way Sanji does. Because we know that Sanji right now could just demolish Chinjao because he hits that hard. He doesn't need Conqueror's Haki in order to beat Chinjao.
But what I'm talking about versing the best of the best. Sanji is not fighting Kaido. I don't think
It's true.
Sanji's kicks could hurt Kaido. They could hurt.
Whoa.
No,
Didn't
okay.
E3 also have Black Lightning on it?
Look,
Nah, I agree,
Right.
bro. Like Sanji's not doing nothing to Kaido.
if
Whoa.
okay, don't even start trying to convince me that Sanji can hurt Kaido, because we just watched Luffy fight Kaido on 4 different occasions without Conqueror's Haki coding, and he couldn't even hurt Kaido in Gear
Okay,
4. So
okay.
if you're telling me that Sanji could
So
hurt Kaido,
so we're saying hurt Kaido or like really do like serious damage to Kaido?
serious damage. We're talking
Okay,
internal Conqueror's Haki type punches doing serious damage to Kaido.
Okay. So I'm saying because like Red Rock did some damage, and I think Loki, I don't know. But
I think Red Rock had Conqueror's coding on it though.
Red
just
Rock
no, it didn't. The first
Rock
one,
did it.
the first one, no.
Red Rock was just I'm pretty sure Red Rock was just Red Hawk but with Gear 3rd. I'm pretty sure. That's all it was.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But like that, I'm just saying, like, you know, Kaido, like if you're trying to damage Kaido, Sanji can't damage Kaido. I don't think he can seriously damage Kaido. He doesn't have the Conquerors. I think
Yeah,
Garp
serious
could damage. I think Garp could damage Kaido. I don't think he wins the fight, especially not old Garp. But I think he could damage him, and I think it's because there's Conquerors. He has to use it. I mean, Luffy got it. Dragon supposedly has it. How does Garp not have it? You know, like where else would it have come from if they're all blood relatives? Like,
I fully accept that, Hidden. I just think there's exceptions to every rule, and I just always Garp was the exception. He just hits that hard.
But I feel like
can't tell you why, but he just do.
Elemental Haki.
We're just looking for exceptions where there don't need to be exceptions, though. I feel like we don't have a reason to think there's an exception here.
Because there's nothing that tells us other than what the level that people that fight at that space are that Garp would be a conqueror. Like there's nothing there other than he fought these guys who are conquerors. You know what I'm saying? He's fought them.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be a conqueror to fight people who are conquerors.
Correct.
That's true, but the whole story is about inherited will. It's about inheriting things from the previous
Luffy
generation.
did not inherit the will to fight, like to do the things that he's doing from Garp, other than just being free. You know what I'm saying?
He inherited Conqueror's Haki.
And Garp is a freaking Marine. You know what I mean? Like who's actively like, oh, I'm not gonna move up because I don't want to have to deal with this. Like there's not much conquering going on. There's not much ambition going on for Garp other than I just don't want my kids to deal with bullshit.
But hold on, that's the same thing for Katakuri though.
Oh, listen, don't get me started on Cat, bro. Don't get me started on Cat.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this straight. So you think that Garp has like something that's almost as powerful as Conquerors without being Conquerors?
Essentially, yes. I think he just hits that hard. I think he's the one guy that can reach these levels of power without being a conqueror. So I don't think Sanji will get there. Like I know people use Sanji as that rep, like that. Okay, you can hit this hard without being there. I don't think Sanji will ever get there. But I think Garp specifically is the exception to the rule where I can hit as hard as dudes that are using Conqueror's coding without having Conqueror's coding.
Hit him with it, preach. Hit him with it.
Okay, so fair enough. Even if that's true, like I'll just take your word for it. I don't think it matters though, because if you're saying it's just as strong as Conquerors, then what difference does that make in the grand scheme of things if he can still fight with basically a Conqueror's coding punch, but it's just not Conquerors? Like what difference does that really make?
It doesn't in the grand scheme, but I'm talking about in this matchup, he still has the reduction that anybody who hits hard at this level would have when they get older. You get what I'm saying? It's not about the fact that he can hurt Kaido. I don't think there's anybody who would argue that Garp can't do major damage to Kaido. How long is he going to be able to fight a Kaido level opponent? Yes, he's with Sengoku. Yes, he's whatever. Yeah. How can Garp at this age continue to do that for?
Yeah, I agree. Like the endurance thing is the only way where I see Kaido winning it. And that's the only way that he could win it because honestly, like the way, if it's just Garp and Sengoku together, I just don't see how they could lose.
I
mean, Kaido was lifting an entire island while fighting a god. Like,
Fair enough.
and he was gamma knifed. Like, people act like gamma knife wasn't a bad thing. Like, we saw we saw Dofi like almost trying to keep his lungs from like falling out of his ass. Fighting Gear 4 Luffy.
Dofi's how about this?
a celestial dragon. Like,
Who would win?
not an
Who would
Oni.
win in a 1v1? Yamato or Garp right now? Or Garp, Marineford Garp, or Yamato now?
Don't ask me that question, bro. Don't ask me that question. All right, wait, Preach, I have a question for you. Who would win right now, Zoro or Marineford Garp?
Oh my god, bro.
It's a similar question. It's a similar question.
We can't do this, bro. It's a whole different topic.
Zoro or Marineford Garp?
Zoro or Marineford Garp? I'll say Garp.
All right, why?
See, I'm telling you, I think Garp has the strongest conquerors. It's up there. The only one I'll say has stronger is probably Rocks.
See, the thing is, okay, the reason why this argument is going back and forth is because this is all assumption, right? Like we're assuming he has Conqueror's Haki, right?
Thank you.
I mean, I'm on the side that he does, right? But at the same time, we're assuming and giving him stuff that we don't know if he has it or not.
Thank you.
No, hold on. But based off the back and forth we have with Sebastian, either way, he has something that's substitutable for the levels of Conqueror's Haki. Because Hidden made a very sound argument that he's up there with them. So if he doesn't have Conquerors, he has something that can compete with that. And if he does have Conquerors, then we don't need to make up anything, right? So the easier one is just to say
okay. But the thing is, right? The reason why this argument is even going back and forth is because the age is the factor in this whole thing. Garp already said he's half as strong as he used to be. Like, he already has said it. Like, what, right after Eni's lobby? So it's not like we're like, this is like in the story, so it's not speculation. So you already know Garp is half as strong. So, and we've seen with the older characters, they're not able to utilize not only their strength, but also their Haki. Because Haki is basically, essentially is like your life force in a sense. We can get like deeper to that. But at the same time, like, if that's the case, how are we going to say Kaido, who's in his prime, able to utilize not only his Devil Fruit to its peak, but also his Haki to its peak, and competing with the one that's supposed to like flip the world upside down, and still at the same time took the attack we could have dodged it? Didn't use Future Sight until one attack, essentially. So now you have to say that you would have to tell me, you have to convince me that Garp and Sengoku are also faster than Gear 4 Snake Man. Also, Garp's punch has to be stronger than Luffy's in Gear 4th with his Conqueror's Haki, and stronger than Gear 5th with his Conqueror's Haki. And even with that, Kaido was fatigued and still taking attacks in Gear 5th from Luffy and still dishing it out.
He knocked him out of Gear 5.
Yeah, he
was one-shotting him.
So you gotta like convince me that these two old guys, yes, there's two of them, I get that, but at the same time, they have to fight long enough and do damage high enough to take down Kaido, who's resilient enough to take that damage and still dish it out exponentially. Yeah. And this is, I'm not even giving Kaido drunk, because if you give Kaido drunk, he's 5 minutes tops. Facts.
That's fine.
I stress it, but still.
Well, hold on. Let Preach go. Let Preach go.
So we know Sengoku has the endurance and the durability just off his Devil Fruit alone. Then Garp, I guess you could say is a question mark. I agree, because we even see with Luffy, like Luffy has problems with that. And he doesn't even have a Devil Fruit. So that is the issue. I agree. And that's why I said, like, the only way is because of the endurance that Kaido can outlast him for that way to go that way for him to win. I don't know, man. Like, the way I see it, we already saw how powerful Conquerors is, right? And if the thing is, like, to me, Luffy is already at the level of Kaido's Conquerors already.
Luffy already admitted that he wasn't as strong as Kaido with Haki, but also you gotta remember, Kaido's using blunt force against a rubber body. And that's like his one thing. That's why Kaido even said it in his fight, like, oh, you're still susceptible to slashing damage. Oh yeah, let me do this. So you gotta also make an argument that Garp and Sengoku will be able to tank the blunt damage that Kaido's giving out, rather than Luffy, who's already immune to it.
Garp's Fist of Love was able to do the same damage as Death Destroyer Thunder Bagua, is all I'm saying. And he had no momentum too.
Yeah, this is Luffy without Haki.
That's like,
yeah, like Par doesn't understand gags. Apparently now. Well, I will say this. I mean, at Marineford, Blackbeard and his entire crew was fighting Sengoku. And then who had to join in? Garp. And how long did that last? Kind of a long time. So let's replace Kaido with that Blackbeard crew.
Yeah, that was like
Sengoku did, like, Sengoku, that was the only time he looked good in Marineford, when he went up against Blackbeard.
Yeah, but he ended up trying to kill Ace and ended up punching Luffy and didn't even hurt Luffy with his hit. So it's like he did, I guess.
And you said you brought the speed thing too. Like for me, the speed thing is a good point. But then we got to look at Blackbeard, man, because Blackbeard is slow, he's fat, and the thing is, how can you tell me that the speed is so
Sebastian's
important
like, I'm
when
offended.
Blackbeard is probably going to be the strongest at the end? And Blackbeard, like, who's really is
Oh my
Luffy?
God.
Luffy is going to be way faster than Blackbeard, but he's still going to be able to beat him in the final moments.
But you gotta remember, Blackbeard already has shown that he does like speed doesn't matter against him with his Yami Yami no Mi. Like literally, like Ace was far, and he just pulled him in because he had a Devil Fruit. Luffy was in gear second, and Blackbeard couldn't react to him, but then he used Yami Yami no Mi and pulled him towards him. Like speed is not gonna matter against someone who can nullify that speed because you're a Devil Fruit user.
And preach. He might get another Devil Fruit, and I take offense to that fat comment. I do.
Well, it's not about like it's a reality.
I just want to call out Larry on making shit up. When did Garp have to help Sengoku against Blackbeard? Sengoku just did the shockwave. Blackbeard was like shocked, and then we just go straight to when Kobe and Shanks show up. There's no Garp intervening.
No, there's a Garp. Garp comes into the panel when they show the second instance of them fighting the Blackbeard pirates, and they go, "Yo, Garp and Sengoku are over there fighting the Blackbeard pirates. Meanwhile, Akainu's fighting the Whitebeard remnants."
I'm looking for it.
I don't know, man.
It didn't take that long. All I'm saying is that because it's at the very end of one chapter, there's only 6 pages where this could be. So I'm looking. I'm trying to help you out, Larry.
Yeah,
I'm asking this.
Yo, Par, you gotta stop discrediting me. Like I looked this up recently to make an argument.
It wasn't that many panels of that.
And they
Plus,
even
it wasn't that long. Like,
yeah, it wasn't that long, but they also showed it in the anime as an extension.
Wait, Preach, what'd you say? Preach said something.
So what I was just gonna bring this up. Like, who do you think was at God Valley besides Roger and Garp? Because the reason I say this is because it can't just be them, right? Because there's no way Garp and Roger took out all of them. So maybe like Rayleigh, maybe Sengoku, some other people. But the reason I say that is just because they were fighting like the strongest people in the verse. So the fact that like you're trying to I feel like you're trying to downplay Garp.
No, I would say that Roger probably had his crew. Garp probably had Bogart and maybe some other Marines. There was other Marines there. But Sengoku, if he was in it, he'd have said, I remember this shit. Like I was there. He was the one giving the details of it. And he made no mention that he was involved at all. So I don't think Sengoku was there. I assume Bogart was probably there. I don't know. I rank Bogart higher than probably most people do. But I 100% think Roger had his crew. And Roger's crew was supposed.
He was fighting Roger one-on-one all the time. But at the same time, he was never actually able to bring in Roger. So at the same time, to me, he's just like another smoker. But I won't go too far and say that.
Okay, that's not fair though, because like how we said, Roger has the best crew.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the most time, like even Roger would say, like the only chance for you guys to bring me in is if you brought Garp, and it was like them two were the one that were fighting, not really Garp fighting Roger and his crew. Because if Garp was fighting Roger and his crew by himself most of the time, then I mean, all arguments are out the window.
All
at that
I'm
point.
saying, Mach, to that point is I don't think there'll ever be a time when Luffy's Pirate King and he's like, the only people that can take me in is Smoker. I don't think that's ever gonna be a reality.
He's gonna say Cobra. I'm saying like literally Smoker would try to take down Luffy and chase Luffy, but never actually got him. Garp would try to chase down Roger and never actually got him. So essentially,
there's a difference there.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say there's a difference there. I mean, even Garp said that he liked. Garp said he liked Roger.
Smoker likes Luffy. What are we talking about, Garp?
He's never said he.
He's literally teamed up with Luffy on multiple and let Luffy go multiple occasions now. He likes Luffy, bro.
If you're talking about Arabasta, he left. He left and said, Tashigi, you take care of it. You decide. I'm just gonna be off the island and find the smoke shit. He wasn't even there.
There's literally a picture and a panel of them posted up with pirates after Punk Hazard.
At Punk Hazard because they were getting genocided by Caesar.
They still teamed up together. So I'm saying there was multiple times that they teamed up together.
Because the alternative is that they die.
So you're gonna sit here and well, this is after. I'm talking about this. They were posted after Punk Hazard was done, not before. So that's out of the way. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that Smoker does not have like a liking towards Luffy throughout the whole story. You don't think he does?
not saying taking a liking to Luffy, but to equate it as Garp and Roger is a very
Yes,
different
they like-
situation. You can create a parallel in characters and split it up. I think the parallel in Roger and Garp is Kobe and Smoker. Kobe and Smoker, you split that up, and then
but
that
now you're
might
thinking
be the
power.
situation.
But now you're thinking power. They were literally
No,
so
I'm not thinking
Luffy-
power. I'm
Luffy-
thinking about that.
Hold on, guys.
Even
One at a
the level
time.
of adoration.
Okay,
I think-
so go ahead.
Like, because when we see Kobe, right, he likes Luffy, right? Smoker always chooses Luffy despite his morals, despite his justice. It's not because he loves Luffy. Do you know what I mean?
See, now you're trying to overanalyze and like refute the point, but at the same time, it still stands. After Alabasta and he literally saved a country, Luffy realized like, okay, would you say Fujitora likes Luffy?
Sure. But and
Smoker
that's
has
the
a
point.
very similar ideal to
But that's
Luffy.
my point. You can't create a narrative parallel like that and then say that that's a power scaling parallel. Also,
I never power scale. I'm saying that
you're saying Garp is like the Smoker of
yes,
this generation.
but not power scaling. No, I'm just saying that's how they are. That's their dynamic. I never said power scaling wise.
All right, okay, then continue. As long as you're not, taking Garp.
Why would okay? Listen, I know I say some crazy shit, but why would I compare Smoker?
You
to
do
Garp,
say
bro?
some crazy shit.
I say some crazy shit, but come on, bro. It's like,
Wait,
come
hold
on.
on. What is the point of the what's your point though?
Yeah.
What's your main point?
With me saying Smoker, because he was saying that the reason why Garp didn't bring in Rogers because Garp liked him. So I'm saying, but that's not really the case because he still had a job to do.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. No, like when it comes to Garp, I don't think he could be Roger at any point in his career.
I
That's how I
agree.
feel too, and I think Kaido can.
All right, so guys, let's we so
What?
we
Did I just hear that?
we voted. Hold on. We voted who's winning this bracket, right? It was Kaido over Sengoku and Garp, or what are we doing?
No, I got Garp Sengoku.
The majority.
How did this whole debate come up?
Oh, we're doing a tournament, Preach. Essentially, Kaido was top one in the tournament, and he had to face Sengoku in the second round. And because he was the number one, it was a handicap for Sengoku to get it more. And it was old Sengoku. So his handicap was Sengoku and Garp.
Wait,
But-
Sebastian, do like a full explanation because I brought a lot of people to the stream, and so there might be a lot of people who weren't here last week or tuned in late. Don't know, they just heard us arguing about this situation. But like, this is a recurrent thing, right, Sebastian? Like,
yeah,
probably every Wednesday or so. We're gonna continue Davey's Dark Tournament. I basically seeded everyone from 1 to 32 for people that have some sort of feats and things. I don't know if you guys can see on the stream or not that's showing the bracket. Is it still showing? I can't see it on my end.
I can see it.
Yeah. Essentially 1 to 32. All the top 5 seeds had a handicap that either limited them or boosted their opponents. But we debated and took votes on everybody who would win in each of these rounds. We're currently in the second round. And the first fight of the second round was Kaido versus Sengoku. And because Kaido was a top seed, Sengoku got a handicap buffer, which was adding Garp to the fight. So that's why we got this whole debate. It was on our Discord originally. We decided to take it to YouTube for this entire bracket challenge. And I know Par mentioned this to you, Preach. And I saw that your fans on your Twitter had like 7,000 plus votes or so, and that Garp Goku won. So that was pretty interesting. On our Discord and our stream, Kaido has won. He's won for all the people that we brought into the chat for the most part, except for Parvision. So, and you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Kaido proceeds.
Kaido will proceed to the next round. But Preach, it's awesome to have you here. I don't think we've ever communicated before, but I'd love to get you on the show one day if we could. And definitely love to link up, man. Seriously.
Man. No, this sounds fun, man. Like I like this kind of content because, even though we disagree, it's just a fun conversation to have.
Yeah, man. Different takes, different viewpoints.
Like I said, oh yeah. No, but like this poll, man, like the comments were going crazy for this poll.
Yeah.
I saw so many arguments in my comment section, and once Par brought it up to me, I was thinking like this is probably the closest one that I've seen in a long time.
I guess.
Let me ask real quick because we got this huge debate earlier today. Jimbei versus Shanks underwater. Who you got?
I got Shanks.
Okay, just making sure.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this: Zoro defeated a fishman with ease underwater. So.
Fact.
Yeah, and Jimbei can't outrun a shark underwater, according to the few chapters ago. So it's fine.
Yo, Seb, refresh this poll because it's still spinning on my end, and I'm pretty sure it's spinning on everybody
And now,
else's.
it's loading for me too. I'm having some
Yeah,
issues.
refresh it, and then let's go to the next one. Push Kaido forward. Just because based on the poll in the live chat.
How's it looking now? Still spinning?
Yeah, it's still spinning.
Are you guys streaming on YouTube or like Twitch or what?
Streaming on YouTube.
I hit refresh. I can hit the stop share, I guess.
Stop share and then share
Yeah,
it again.
stop share to share it again. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I usually do it too.
Because I don't even know who's next.
The next matchup is actually Sabo versus Luffy.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Damn,
Luffy.
you should have told me this. Cause I gotta.
See the bracket, Larry. Oh, you could have before.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. Hold on, let me get it. I'll write it though.
It was a fun time, guys. Wait, so what time is it every weekend or week? Wednesday?
Likely Wednesdays.
7 or 8.
7 or 8 p.m. And it's gonna be more than just 1v1s. We're gonna do a duos bracket at some point, a trios bracket. I've been playing with a lot of stuff. Straw Hat Grand Fleet versus a Buster Call, kind of stuff like that. Should be interesting.
If you guys enjoyed the stream so far, make sure to like the stream. I'm gonna have to hop off in a little bit, but that was a fun time, guys. Despite us disagreeing, I definitely had some good laughs, and hope the chat did too.
I do want to read the super chat we got from Juan Carlos. He sent $2. It says, "We saw Garp and Goku sweating from Blackbeard." I echo that sentiment because Blackbeard all day, every day. Can y'all see the bracket now or no?
Let me see. No, it's still spinning. Oh no, it's good now. It's good now. Yeah, we're good now. Yeah, Par was so surprised. So many people were like saying he was wrong.
What do you mean? What do you mean? This is why I handed off to Preach the GOAT. He had
because you couldn't fight your own battles. I got it.
What do you mean?
I get it, bro. The lack of conquerors, bro.
He had to get help, just like Sengoku.
Hey, just because you guys are in your echo chamber in your Discord and you guys, bringing on your supporter, I had to bring in some outside perspective. Is all I'm saying.
Par, we brought in like 3 other One Piece YouTubers, and they all agree with us, except for you.
Whoa, Preach is on my side.
I said except Preach.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you have the fight going though?
Oh yeah, Preach. What do you say? I think he agrees with me with the extreme diff, right?
Yeah, definitely extreme diff. I can see it going either way, but it's just I'll take my pick. And like I said, the endurance thing is definitely a problem. Like if they can't finish Kaido quickly, like
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, he's gonna run the clock out, and it's gonna be a problem for the old men. So.
But it's not 5 minutes, Mosh. Whatever.
I think it's 5 minutes, bro. The thing is, because every time we've seen old people fight, they get tired after 5 minutes. So I think it's 5 minutes to put them down before they start fading.
The old people we saw fighting were either inactive or sick. All right, we're not gonna continue. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
this conversation lasts a while.
I actually got to hop as well. I will say this. I love this. I'm not usually the best person for power scaling discussions because I just try and play it as straight as possible. But I will say, if you guys ever do one matchup, I want to see the debate for is Doflamingo and King. I want to know who you guys got on that one.
King and
Doflamingo versus King.
You should have saw we had Arbol versus Green Bull.
Oh my god.
Damn, I like how you took the take of not calling him King anymore because he doesn't conquer Saki. We just call him Arbor.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's funny.
I need Zoro versus Garp. Whenever that happens, let me know.
If that happens, if somehow that shows up on a bracket at any point in the future, I need you to immediately ring me and get me in here because I'm going to come out swinging with that one.
I got you. Hidden. Real quick, Hidden, before you jump and Preach and Mosh, because I didn't get you guys' takes on this. Zoro versus Bullet, because my feelings were hurting outside.
Zoro versus Bullet?
Yes.
A Bullet destroys him.
Thank you.
My thing is, would they call a Buster Call for Zoro? And the answer is no. So that's just me personally, bro.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Buster Call, bro. Buster Call ain't shit.
You think? All right. You think Zoro surviving a Buster Call? Be real, bro. Be real.
Yes.
Zoro surviving a Buster Call.
Buster calls are a threat. Buster calls are a threat to the common people of the One Piece.
Zoro's in the middle of the island. They start hailing him with cannonballs, and Zoro surviving.
He'll just cut the cannonballs, bro.
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, why not?
All of them.
What?
He gonna make it up.
They called a Buster Call. They called a Buster Call for Bullet after he absorbed like thousands of ships.
Yeah,
And
that
they-
was the Marines are stupid. Why would they shoot the exact thing that buffs him up? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Here, Mosh, I'll give you one. If it were Muggy Balls, maybe. If it were Muggy Balls, I'll give it to you.
See, this is where I gotta mute Par again, bro. Just gotta mute him. Just gotta mute him. Gotta give him timeout.
Buster calls are trash. They're not that dangerous to strong characters.
Okay. Say all right.
They're dangerous to the people that live on islands, and then those islands get destroyed because of Buster calls.
Fair. Zoro survives a Buster Call. I agree.
But
They're not calling a Buster Call for Zoro. They're like,
no, the real reason they called a Buster Call on Bullet was because it's a One Piece movie, and they need to fill a One Piece movie with as much bullshit as they possibly can.
But we gotta go with it.
To make everyone watching point at the screen and go, "Oh, I recognize that. That's the Buster Call. That's that's why they Buster called Bullet, because the script told them to."
Okay. All right. My next question is
One at a time.
Is Zoro beating Sabo by himself?
Zoro is probably gonna beat Sabo. Yeah, he's probably.
Okay. Is he beating Sabo and Boa?
And Boa?
Is he beating Sabo, Boa, and Law? Is he beating Sabo, Boa, Law, and Smoker? Is he beating Sabo, Boa, Law, Smoker, and Bug? Come on, bro. What were we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Bullet destroys Zoro. That's not
Par was saying Zoro.
No, I think Bullet.
I unmuted him.
I just want to throw out there that I wasn't the only one saying that. but what I do want to add, it's just on topic, and you know, we already passed it, but I do want to add. Brago responded, and he said he thinks that Kaido wins extreme, very, very extreme diff. That's what he said.
Brago don't know what he's talking about.
And then he gets drunk, and then it's a medium to high diff.
Okay, I just want to put that in the scope of this clip.
Tell Brago to drink some water because he's clearly dehydrated.
Explain the drunk Kaido to me, because like when I see Kaido getting drunk, I just feel like he's just like, bro, like if somebody was drunk as hell like Kaido and they told me, oh, I got stronger when I'm drunk, I would just think like, oh, he's just crazy. Like, but I've seen a lot of people say that he gets stronger when he's drunk.
So that is true. In a bar fight, most people are like, yo, I'm stronger now, and then they fight everybody, and then they get.
So one, Kaido literally got stronger because Luffy said his haki was getting stronger while he was drunk.
True.
Two, I think Kaido hold himself back when he was fighting Luffy, and when he got drunk, that's when like the change, or like he released himself basically. He was able to like use those the drunk phases, but then also use future sight. So I feel like when he's drunk, you can say elemental haki.
Is it like a tolerance thing, or like what like?
No, I feel though like the way
it's an
Kaido,
Oni thing.
So the way Kaido fight, right? So basically every time Luffy powered up, then Kaido got more serious, right? And to the point where he just got drunk, he was like, you know what? Let me just show him like how strong I really can be. So he basically unshackled himself, like how Yamato was unshackled, like but like literally while he was drunk. And then we got to see like the pinnacle of what Kaido can actually do. Because like at one point we're like, okay, this is Kaido's all. Like maybe Kaido has an awakening, but that's really it. But then he got drunk, and then we got to see different phases of Kaido, and in different instances, like he's using future sight, he's using another level of Thunder Bagua, that's like Roaring Thunder Bagua, I think it was called. That's like a step up from the Thunder Bagua he used originally. So him getting drunk is like him like releasing the restraints that he's putting on himself to actually fight seriously. He said, I drank because I'm taking this fight seriously. That's what he said.
Well, this is it too, right? Like Kaido's an emotional character. So he's basically the Kenpachi of One Piece. He fights to his levels, his opponent's level. And like when he finally got drunk and was like, yo, F this, like I'm tired of doing that, he just dominated the fight. He fought to the level that he usually is supposed to fight at. He was like, yo, I know how to use future sight, but I didn't use it the whole time I was fighting Luffy at the level he's fighting at right now. But like I don't feel like doing that no more. So I'm gonna just use future sight on a whim.
So you think alcohol for Kaido is like meat for Luffy? It's like a superpower?
Yes, actually, I do. I have a theory.
I would like to add to that, because there was some stuff that was talked about in Road to Laugh Tale Volume 4 that was going into Zone Awakenings. That was really interesting, and I don't know if you guys remember this.
Oh, the personality change.
Yeah, so in the Road to Laugh Tale, they talked about how Zone Awakenings, the risk of awakening is that if you like do it too much, you risk losing yourself to the will of the animal inside your fruit. Which is why the Impel Down guards are basically like zombified, like they just had no brains because they just lost their will to the animal. They weren't strong enough to control it. That's why
Didn't it-
Luffy, when he transformed, he couldn't help but laugh because he was like fighting. His will was fighting against Joy Boy's will inside the fruit, and he couldn't like he was involuntarily laughing. So with Kaido, I think his drunken form, to some degree, is a way for him to bring out his power without like risking losing himself to his awakening as a dragon. He can still like tap into the different like forms and all that stuff, like the drunken fighting styles, without actually risking himself. Which is
To add
why
on
he
to
never
that,
awakened.
Well, what I will say to that though, wasn't the exact wordings that their personality gets duller rather than more exciting or something like that? I'm pretty sure it's a dull. That the risk of it was that the personalities get lost essentially. Wasn't that the wording there?
Oh yeah, the implication from the wording was that you can lose yourself to the fruit, like you can lose your personality to the fruit.
Like
Gotcha.
And then to
Yeah.
add on to that, then you look up like the 8 trigrams and like basically what Thunderbago is like based off of, and then it's actually matching up with each of the drunk phases that Kaido was going through. So I do agree with him getting drunk in order to like, tap into that power that actually having to awaken, because Kaido knows what happens when you awaken. I feel like.
I'm gonna be real. I just wish Oda would have put that in the manga instead of in the Road to Laugh Tale. That'd have been like nice info. To have.
If we're all being honest, he definitely just rushed the end of. He definitely rushed the end of Wano. That's just me personally.
Yeah, we could get into Wano all we want, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, we won't. No,
Yeah. But are you guys hopping off now, or what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
All right, listen, Par, you already know my brother. Keep shining. Thank you so much for tuning in and bringing some people in. Preach. Yo, you're a legend on your channel, man. You've been around for a while, and I just want to say thank you for stopping by and joining Discord and joining us. And being able to hear your voice is an honor as well. And Hidden, nothing more should be said. You're the man, bro. And I can't wait for your Devil Fruit Theory to come true.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you,
guys.
gentlemen.
This is a great stream. I'll be back.
Damn, no love for Mosh, bro.
Larry, that's what we had, bro. It's okay,
Mosh
bro.
wasn't leaving. He didn't say he was leaving. Yo, Mosh,
Larry,
you
we're
leaving?
3 hours.
I'll stay for one more.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Hey man, for real, like this been fun, and if you ever want to have me back, just let me know.
Definitely will. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
See you later, guys.
Later.
Later.
Thank you for this. Peace.
Of course.
Great night.
Oh man, so
Y'all
many
are
fun
goofy.
guys.
All right, later, guys. Have a good one. I'll be watching though. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Par.
All right. So to get back to the topic at hand, Luffy versus Sabo. So where are we at right now?
Round 2, Luffy versus Sabo. There's no stipulations. It's just straight up. Can Luffy beat Big Bro? I think he can. I know there's some Sabo stands out there that might disagree. We did have some people still in the Den of the Nakama.
Yeah, let's bring in somebody that hasn't come in before. So I'll bring in HG and I'll bring in Monkey D Shin. I don't know if these guys are ready to talk, but HG, Monkey D Shin, how are you?
Yo, what's going on, lads?
How are you, man? How's everything? How's life?
I'm going well. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Monkey D Shin, are you here?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's up, man? Thank you both for joining today. I appreciate you greatly, and I really want to hear your take. Luffy versus Sabo. Let's start with Ace.
Luffy versus. We were having a whole different conversation. Guys just threw me off guard. But Luffy versus Sabo, I think it's Luffy that wins, but I think it's gonna be extremely difficult for the sole reason being that basically Sabo has been training his haki for God knows how long now, and has been training directly on the dragon, and I believe the dragon is stronger than people like to give credit for. Or
Hold on,
realize.
Ace. You're like breaking up. You sound like a robot.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Wait, let me... Fuck.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
Good now.
Nah, still the same.
Let me just fix my mic too quick. Sorry about that.
Nah, it's all right. Monkey, you could go for him until he fixes it.
Okay, so to me, Luffy versus Sabo, the only time we have seen Sabo fight really for real is when he fought Fujitora and Dressrosa, and then we have lore about him fighting Fujitora and Green Bull at the Reverie, and with a few good men. And I feel like with Luffy, all we've seen in Wano with the Gear 5, the Conqueror's Haki coding, Sabo doesn't have Conqueror's Haki. I feel like Luffy would take this high diff. Yeah, probably about high diff just because of what Sabo did at the Reverie, and he obtained the title based off what he did of Flame Emperor. That's how I feel.
All right. What about you, Mosh? What do you think?
So I think we're getting to the phase now where Logias are going to be like the main, like at the main forefront because we just had zones. So I think Logias are next. And Sabo's technically had like Rio before Luffy, so he's been training in it for a longer period of time. But it's hard for me to actually sit here and think that Sabo's flames will be hotter than what Kaido produced to fight Luffy at the end. And with Luffy having the not being able to touch you and still do damage to you, I feel as though like that sort of like level the playing field with him against any Logia, especially like Akainu and Sabo. So I don't think I would say it'd be high diff and it'd be Luffy, but there is an argument to be made about Sabo unless he can combine like his Rio with his flames and like do like internal damage. But we've already seen Luffy tank flames from Kaido and tank his like magma form at the end, so it's pretty.
That's true. What about you, Seb?
And I love to say this because I'm a little brother. Luffy beating the shit out of Sabo. None of y'all talking about. He's already flame basically resistant, right? What Sabo got for gear 5th Luffy, bruh? Keep it real. He hit harder than Kaido. He hit harder than the strongest creature in the world. What we talking about, man? And I know he had Rio, but what's that Rio really doing to Luffy, man? Like, he really gonna put him down? I'm Luffy mid diff. I'm gonna keep it cordial. I messed with Sabo. Sabo shouldn't even be here. Luffy should have been fighting Yamato because he shouldn't have won that fight. So there ain't no reason that I should be even leaning Sabo in any way. And the poll is telling me the same thing. All right, 89-11. Little bros all day, every day.
Yeah.
All right? I wish the twins was in here so they could hear that shit.
I gotta say it's probably mid diff, but like not a hard mid diff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a pretty easy mid diff. And it's for all the reasons. Like Kaido at this point was supposed to be the number 2 fighter in all the world, and I would say Shanks would be the first, but that's my opinion, you know. And I would just say, like, if there's no significant Conqueror's coding, no Rio, no way to be able to hurt Luffy with your Devil Fruit, and we know that Luffy's abilities are now beyond anything that Sabo could possibly achieve at this point in a short amount of time. I don't even know if he's a conqueror, so I don't even know if he has the will to like outlast or beat Luffy down to the point where like Luffy doesn't get back up. And like we've seen Luffy get back up plenty of times to know that you need an extreme amount of overall will in order to just put him down. Or you got to one-shot him in some significant way. And like a lot of the characters who beat Luffy has either stabbed him through the chest, one-shot him, or like, you know, did significant enough damage to the point where they took him out of the fight or he had to run. And I just don't think that Sabo has those capabilities. So
the one thing I will give Sabo is that shout out to Par, even though me and Par had the same theory, but I think he does have elemental hockey in some way, shape, or form. And like I think like him in the Coliseum being able to use wind and then also having the Mera no Mi, that may play a factor into it because, you know, with fire and more oxygen, you can create a hotter flame. Because right now, Sanji has the hottest flame in the series with having a blue flame. So we can say like if Sabo can attain a blue flame, now we're having a completely different argument. And even going past blue flame to actually like, you know, like plasma level type vibes and like also like implicating like lightning and stuff with it, then we can have a different argument. But even that still, Luffy can produce flames already. So,
all right. And then Monkey. Final thoughts.
Actually, Seb spoke some true words. I'm not gonna lie. Like Luffy is just dog washing Sabo mid diff. Like based off all we seen with the Batarang gun and then all these gear fights, who's to say Luffy can't even like bounce back those attacks? Like it's gonna be like, what can Sabo really do besides like maybe advanced hockey punch the same level as Katakuri's? And then other than that, I don't see Sabo beating Luffy at all.
All right.
It's hard. It's a hard to be a hard sell, man.
I just want to say this one thing too. Shin, yo, shout out to you, your username and your avatar, man. Because you ain't reading Kingdom, you doing it wrong. Mosh, you read Kingdom?
I reckon I'm actually reading Kingdom right now.
My guy, Larry, you need to read Kingdom, man. Coalition's the only thing close to Marineford out there.
Man, Kingdom is number 2, and it's only there because One Piece is number 1.
Exactly. Talk to him.
Yo, Monkey, thank you so much for stepping in, brother. I appreciate you.
No problem. This is my first time joining. I heard this on a podcast first episode. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get into this.
Yeah, I'm glad you messed with it heavy, man. Thank you.
No problem, Larry D. Clown.
Yo, now I gotta just move him, bro. That's it. All right, yo, Seb, I think we should end on that because we're past the 3-hour mark and Spotify doesn't let us upload more than 3 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yo, Mosh, I appreciate you, brother. Seriously, thank you so much for joining in. I'm actually happy that you got on, to be honest.
Yeah,
because like, yo, to be honest, like I know I always say like emotional shit, but to have you, Par, and Hidden on the same screen, I've been like texting in our group chat nonstop for this to happen in some shape or form, and there's always like somebody's always doing something, you know what I'm saying? Or like busy or have to. So I'm just like super grateful that you're here. I'm super grateful that the other 2 dudes were here. And, you know, I hope that there's some way, somehow we can have more streams of us, you know, 5 or us 4 just consistently talking like this.
Of course, man. It was a good time. I saw the argument. I was like, you know what? I have to tap in real quick.
Gosh, you was trolling heavy in the chat earlier.
He was trolling.
If you don't know me, you think I'm like, this guy is crazy.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was a free.
Yeah, if you guys haven't visited Mosh's YouTube, it's Mosh DMC. You should be able to find him. He does theories. On TikTok, he's very large. He has, I believe, 32,000 followers now, right, Mosh?
Yeah, I think I just hit 33 actually today.
33. Congrats. He does a lot of chapter reviews. I had to unfollow him because I don't want to get spoiled. And but he you know, a lot of people come to Mosh. Like he had somebody that called up on the episode that he was on with us and said how much they like wake up and like go to your profile to like see if you put out your reviews. So please follow him. It's definitely worth it. But thank you, Mosh, man. Thank you. I'm honored, bro.
Anytime, bro. It was an honor for me to come here too, man. Honestly, hearing you guys speak, you know, you guys are crazy sometimes. At the same time, I love it because you know, I already told you the other day, like I've been waiting for something like this to be anime involved or One Piece involved, and you guys produced it. So shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you. But we'll definitely link up, Mosh. You know, I haven't announced it yet, but I'll announce what's coming soon. So
understood.
All right, talk to you later, my brother. Have a good night.
Have a great one, y'all. You as well.
All right, guys. So this is the end of the stream. I just want to say thank you on top of more thank yous as usual. And that's pretty much for me, man. I was done talking like an hour ago, kind of. So, Seb, take it away.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for making it to this far into the stream. We got through round 2. Got to get off to round. Actually, we are still on round 2. Actually. So it'll be super fun to continue it. We're going to pick up where we left off with Blackbeard versus Green Bull next time out. Hopefully that's next Wednesday, possibly earlier than that. We'll let you guys know in the Discord. But like I said, this is really a way for us to communicate with you guys. And like you guys see, connecting other YouTubers to this is going to be really fun going forward. So love to see it. And hopefully we can continue going onward with it. So I really appreciate everybody in the chat and enjoying the stream. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, and I hope everybody has a good night. My name is Larry.
Seb.
And this is That One Piece Talk.